You know, I can't do music, nor will I do music. All right, hold on. I didn't have anything set up. Ah! I'm so bad at this. I hit the live button and I didn't realize what I was doing. Oh no. Oh no, chat. What have I done? How's the internet? Seems to be better. Seems to be better. Hold on. Is this the call? I need to find... There's so many calls. What the fuck? What? There's so many calls. There's so many. Hold on. Somebody posted one of the calls. Did I not archive it? Oh no. Did I not archive it? Oh god. What the hell was his name? What have I summoned you for? I don't know. I was supposed to have something. I think I accidentally archived the wrong one. Hold on. I need Ah! I gotta go back into the terrible Discord. Hold on. Where is this call? Somebody leaked a call. I don't know where it is. Somebody leaked a call where it was somebody. Oh wait! I remember now. Hold on. It was in here. It was somewhere in here. Because I definitely got... Somebody got mad at me. Because I made... Ah, here it is.
It doesn't...
We have another one! And yes, there's a cat. God, I look like shit today. What happened? I'm dying. Guys, I think I have cancer. I don't know yet. I can't really rip off everything Medicare does, you know? I don't think I'm allowed to rip off, like, literally everything's Medicare's done, so I can't really make cancer jokes. Even though I definitely look like I have cancer right now. It's just rough to look at. Just is what it is. I didn't promote this anywhere either. I didn't promote this anywhere. Oh, well. Let's see how this goes. Okay. Oh, shit. It's the call. Is that call? Yes. I genuinely am just curious. I'm actually curious at this point. Because apparently everyone was like, don't leak the call. Don't leak the call. Don't do it. Don't do it because it's going to make everybody look bad. Or there's a person that's having a mental episode in it. I don't care. I don't care. I really don't. I really could care less. That's the beauty of this, right? Is I don't have to care. This is amazing. Also, I need to click on this to show you something. Look at the subscriber count on this person. Why are they involved in these calls? What are you doing? You have a semi-successful channel. You have a semi-successful channel. Why are you in a Discord call with these idiots? What are you doing? You almost have 100,000 subs. You fucking retard. Like, what are you doing? You're dumb as hell. You are dumb as hell. You either have zero optics that you understand them to be, or you have no self-preservation. Like, you might actually be retarded. What is wrong with you? I hear your name everywhere. Okay? I have heard your name everywhere, Ponder Sprocket. I don't even know who the hell you are. But you have a successful channel. What? They're friends with Doodle Tones? Okay. I don't respect this person even more now. You're telling me that you are friends with somebody who likes diaper fetish roleplay. Why does everyone respect this person in the community? Why do they care? Wait a minute. Why in the literal hell is this person respected in any retrospect? You hang out and are friends with somebody who likes poopy. Can I call in? Yes, Enla. You are more than welcome to call in. I will give you a call. Enla. You know me. I need to be filled in on this stupid shit. What's up?
Hello.
Hello. What do I need to know about this person? I don't understand how somebody with 100,000 subscribers is in stupid Discord calls.
Yeah, so I just for the context of the context, I used to be a Ponder Sprocket fan, honestly. But basically, from what I understand about her, she's been in the art commentary community since forever. But I know she started making videos around 2016, 2017. Before that, before that, she would just make videos about like DeviantArt rants or talking about art or talking about cringe from DeviantArt. But then her content kind of shifted to talking about like drama and sort of dispelling like false accusations and shit like that. Like especially with the Spoctor Tech drama, where her popularity exploded after that, and she became known as a pretty reputable source or kind of a figurehead in the community, where so many people were coming to her like, ponder, like you need to expose this person or debunk these allegations. And
So they're the art commentary community's Nicholas Diorio.
I guess
I don't know if you know anything about Nick, but that's what Nick is, the guy that everyone goes to if they're in drama.
I've only recently followed him, so I don't know a whole lot about him.
Best of luck to learn.
But she has been trying to pivot her content back from drama back to like just focusing on art stuff again, because she's got sparkle anxiety and she doesn't like all the attention apparently. But
you're a YouTube channel that covers drama. You're an attention whore. Like, you can't just be like, I have anxiety now, I can't handle the attention.
Yeah, but she's got anxiety, ADHD, she's a stoner.
Does she have autism?
I think no.
Okay.
But
one last thing to worry about.
Fair enough. But so yeah, I don't know when she started becoming friends with Lio, but I do know that she isn't really like against the way he operates. She's very optics brained.
Really? Because it doesn't seem like it with these fucking calls that I keep hearing about them being in.
Well, I don't think she really thinks like 3 steps ahead of herself most of the time. I think it's the weed.
You think it's the weed that's just corrupting her brain?
Yeah.
She's losing every semblance of herself. She doesn't know what's going on anymore.
Yeah, but I don't know how much you know about this call in particular.
All I am aware of is that a lot of people didn't want this call out, mostly because it was another call in which Lio essentially doesn't yell at the person, but tries to do the whole big bro thing where he tries to make them feel like shit for their actions, which this person, from what I understand, is a crazy person as well. But
yeah,
there's no reason. Like, my biggest criticism throughout all this is like, why in the hell are you even engaging in these calls? If there is a crazy guy in your Discord, ban him. That's it. Cut him off. Bye-bye.
The general consensus is that this guy should not either have been coddled or really like manipulated into this situation. He should have just been blocked by everybody. Like, he's not somebody to take seriously. He has some kind of clear mood disorder as well that makes him just completely explosive.
Fun. That's a fun person to be trapped in a call with.
Oh yeah, tell me about it. But like, it does get bad. It does get really bad towards the end. But So basically, they're playing sort of good cop, bad cop back and forth in this call. I don't know if it was planned. Crystal says it wasn't planned, but I don't know. But essentially, Lio's obviously the bad cop, and Ponder Sprocket and Crystal are constantly doing this sort of like, it's okay, this is a safe space, you can tell us anything, like really, really manipulative shit, in my opinion.
Can I just be real? Like, the fact that, like, Crystal says I don't want to be associated with this anymore, and she's against Lio. They are against Lio, or whatever the pronouns are, but they keep getting involved with this shit. I'm getting like really sick and tired of hearing Crystal in these calls or being a part of these calls and then have to backtrack the calls later. Stop getting in the fucking calls.
To Crystal's credit, I think she's finally severed the tie, like, completely at this point.
I guess. It's just too many
times.
I
mean, time will tell.
Yeah.
But I think that she's finally, like, drawn a line in the sand. Especially after this, where everyone's like, what the fuck, Crystal? Like, this is bad. You know?
Really?
And it gets... I don't know. I don't want to, like, frame it too much. You can come to your own conclusion about the call, but essentially the guy is just parasocial and obsessive, and there are people in online that he just won't leave them alone, and he doesn't understand the idea that somebody can just not want to interact with you, and you have to just be okay with that. Like, that's how emotionally immature and underdeveloped this guy is.
Okay, but this is the thing, that's totally fine. That's not your job as the creators or anybody really to continue engaging with this person if they aren't going to learn from these actions. Block, move on. Block, move on. There is a guy, and I shit you not, I never bring up his name, nor will I here. He has made, and I shit you not, probably 300 alt accounts to follow me and other content creators and just keep harassing people. And all we do, nobody's brought him up. We just hit the block button when we see him and we move on. Nobody's getting him into a call. Nobody's talking to him. Everyone just knows, hey, that's the crazy guy. We shouldn't pay attention to him. That's what normal people do. People do. But none of you people in this community understand that you should not be talking to anybody. Stop talking to fans. Stop talking to people in the Discord. Make the content and get the fuck out of here. Like, that's all you have to do. That's it.
Yeah, like, Lio frames it as like, oh, well, I get involved in this because I care about these people. But, like, this call that you're hearing right now was a gallery call in front of, like, 100+ people. And it's just like, well, if you care, you would have made it a private call and not made it a spectacle in the first place. It's just...
That, and if you truly cared, you would not give oxygen to somebody that is an issue. You would just be like, we're done with this. You are no longer welcome here. Instead of trying to combat this person. I feel like that's a waste of fucking time.
I asked one of the people in this call, Sunny, why not just block this guy? Why haven't you blocked this guy? Why does there have to be like 5 calls with this guy over and over and over again? And she didn't have an answer for me other than, well, because he was talking about us. But it's like, anybody can fucking talk about you. Nobody's going to take this guy seriously. So I don't know. They always take that shit personally. Like, they have to get people into these confrontation calls. As of May 23rd, Lio says he's not doing these calls anymore. So
I don't believe that.
I don't believe it either.
I'm sorry. That guy is prime lolcow material. Here's why. He never learns from his actions. It'll be total bullshit. Like when Zach... Okay, TLDR chat, I was listening to a retard blood sport between some twink freak that's like, quote-unquote, the secretary of Lio, which also, this is real canon now. Make sure you tell that person they're a tipster goth mommy now. So that's a real thing that I've put out in the world. So that's a tipster orbiter now. And Leia something, which, if you remember Leia on my channel, I made a cool $500 off of her blood sport and then kicked her from the call. But, like, I was sitting there just listening to this, and they make up so many excuses. Everybody's just trying to bullshit their way through stuff. And I don't get these people. Like, Zach kept making excuses for Lio. Instead of just saying Lio's an idiot and he fucked up again. Because you will continuously and utterly stay in this loop, Lio. And I know you called me a detractor, I guess. I don't... Do I look like a Dark Side Phil kind of channel where I'm just making content on you every day, bro? That was the funniest shit I've heard all day. But, like, Lio, this is lolcow behavior. You're not going to learn. And Enla, what I'm trying to state is these people that continuously make the same mistakes over and over and over and over and over and over again in a public stage never grow. They keep falling back into it. They look like they're fine for 4 or 5 months, and then they're just going to fall right back into it. That's
well,
Lio.
especially if they're already, breaching 40. Like, there's not much room to grow now at this point. I'm sorry. But, like, so to keep this brief and to keep it kind of on track, because I don't want this to take too long and hold up the stream. But Ponder, like, keep in mind, Ponder is still, like, very much seen as, like, the trustworthy source to go to. Like, but, like, what a lot of people don't talk about is that there's a lot of things that she's known about but decided to not talk about. Like, she knew before most other people that Spoctor had porn of a minor still saved, and she didn't say anything about it. She knew that Faye Ghost, another friend in the community, was, was like going around telling people that he raped somebody, I think, or sexually assaulted somebody, and was like threatening people to keep quiet about it, and she stayed quiet about that and actively tried to help him cover it up. Like, there's a lot of stuff where she's just kind of kept her head in the sand and just keeps quiet until things roll over her head, and like then she can pop back up and keep doing her thing. She's a bit of a coward. She knew she was the person in the Rosa call that called it out in the moment, but then continued to stay silent about it for an entire year. And she knows about these calls that continued to happen and said nothing. She's basically one of the main people that Lio turns to and goes, well, Ponder Sprocket likes me, so that must mean I'm trustworthy. And she doesn't give a shit about that at all. That he uses her name.
So he's using her as like a criticism deflection shield, where if somebody within the community goes, hey, Lio, you're messing up, or we don't like you anymore, he's like, well, at least the arbiter of the art commentary community likes me. That's pathetic. Own your shit. There's
a part of one of his video scripts where he was kind of addressing the whole, like, we've changed thing. He says, like, Ponder called us out, but she's still in the Senate because there's a reason for that, because change can happen, guys. Like, very condescending. And invoking her name like she's a demon from the 9th layer of hell or something. Like, it's...
Why? Why do these people, like, put so much stock into each other?
And there was, in Ponder's most recent video, the fat one, the weight of change one, in the first couple of minutes, she kind of indirectly tells people, like, without naming him, but in the comment section, she made it pretty obviously about Lio. Like, guys, you should give him a chance to grow and change. Like, he's learning. Why don't you guys want him to change like I do?
Yeah,
well, I'm paraphrasing, obviously, but...
Obviously, but the thing is like...
knowing the recent shit that he's done, she still has the nerve to say that kind of thing.
Well, the thing is that you could be friends with somebody and hope that they change, right? Like, there's no real need for them to come out and come forward and be public about it and go, I have to denounce Lio Convoy, right? Like, friends could just be friends, right?
Right.
So the thing is that if you're intertwined in these calls, that adds an extra layer where now I understand why people like yourself are like, why aren't they saying anything directly? If they were just in the background and weren't involved in calls, I'd be like, yeah, it's crazy to ask them to do anything about it. That's like saying that anytime I say something stupid or do something stupid, Keem or one of the other larger commentary guys have to come to me, publicly say, ChrisTheNarc said this horrible thing and I disavow it, even though they're not involved. But Ponder is involved significantly, especially from the call we're about to watch.
Yeah, more than ever, she's been involving herself in this drama, in Lio shit, in these calls. And it's something that I think that they approached Lio about a couple days ago or a week ago. But it's a thought I've been having too. Like, if you, like, you're saying, guys, he's changing. He didn't understand that he had these abusive tendencies. So you have to give him time to learn and grow. but they're still actively enabling him and essentially giving him more people to abuse, like through these calls, knowing that he's still changing, quote unquote, and that he still has the potential to abuse people, but they're going to feed people to him anyway.
So this is
that's the part that bothers me.
So this is the argument that I would take if I was confronted by that. I turn around and say, okay, so if he's actually changing, why are you still in these calls? Because true change shows that you will not enter another call again in any context. It doesn't matter if it's Sasu or anybody else. You do not enter these calls. You don't engage with these people. You just let it go. And if you do that, that shows growth. Lio has no growth. He just got caught in another call. Like,
yeah, and this is something this is a line in the sand that should have been drawn a year ago when the Rosa call happened. And the fact that it didn't happen means that a lot of these people were more than likely okay with this sort of behavior up until it was starting to be called out.
Yeah, until there was like a loud voice of people being like, this shit is annoying. This needs to stop. This is getting out of hand.
And this isn't the first time they've done this. They very often cut people off once things start getting heated. Like once controversy gets hot and they can't defend this person anymore, they'll typically just cut them off and disavow them. Like it's very cutthroat. The art commentary community.
But it seems like they're not when it comes to like the more, and I'm using air quotes here, respected creators. Doesn't seem like they're very open to doing that.
I just think they're dumb. Like
it's either that or just like art commentary community incest, which is basically like everyone's just in bed with each other and they all try to like hold each other accountable behind the scenes, or they try to fix their image behind the scenes without being directly involved. But Ponder made the horrible decision of actually getting involved.
Okay, people are starting to ask in the chat why this person's yapping so much, so I'm gonna let you get back to it.
Thank you.
Yeah, good luck.
Thank you. All right. Well, I was gonna show Endless something, but you guys bullied her out of the call. The fuck is wrong with all of you? Thank you, Endla, for like doing that. I appreciate the conversation. Let's see here. So, let's take a look at this. So this is apparently a continuation of a debate that happened last night. So the problem is that if you didn't know, Leia something and this Zach Not Kyle person, who is definitely a tipster goth mommy from now on, was asked the question, Leia, are you drunk? And Zach didn't really have much bite to their bark in this conversation. So everyone was wondering, man, who would tell Zach to ask that question? And it looks like in Lio's server, there is a full-blown argument happening potentially today. I think it's happening today, like right now, like right before I hit the live stream button. Who asked Leia, were they drunk? Like, I just want to read this. This is so autistic. Let's see here. What's your major malfunction? I didn't say anything about the server. The sector I was referring to is, don't know what the rest of the context is. What's your major malfunction? Sector or not, you didn't pay a lick of attention to the point. Asking someone if they are drunk on a stream is a question, not a false allegation, Lord. Fair. It's not an allegation. It's just an unnecessarily stupid question that is trying to delegitimize the individual that you are having said blood sports with. So you gotta choose your words carefully, Lio. Can of Owo. I think they meant by false allegations is the assumption of pure alcoholism / disorder, being an alcoholic. Lio was right. Leia did sound off. Okay, so I'm assuming that Lio's the one that DM'd Zach and said, hey, ask Leia if they're drunk. So I'm assuming that's where that came from, or it was somebody in their chat. It's Uwu. Fuck! You guys made me say it. God damn it. I'm assuming it's going to be Lio until I hear different, that Lio was the one that brought it up, okay? Let's keep going. To be fair, I'd be pissed too if someone insinuated I must be drinking because of my conduct. Okay, this guy's kind of a bitch. Lio Convoy. That she can grow thicker skin. It's nowhere near the level of egregious that half of the nonsense Leia says is. Ooh. I didn't realize Lio, like, hated Leia so much. What did Leia do? But, like, dude, it is like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And you're sitting in your Discord right now, arguing with retards about retard shit. You are a complete and utter failure at life. Like I get it. I get it. You're trapped in this bubble, and you can't, like, grow out of it, Lio. And I know, again, I love the fact that you called me a detractor. I love that. Give me more titles. I demand you. I demand more titles. I want to be called the biggest asshole the art commentary community seen. I demand that title. Okay, Lion Boy? I'm not a detractor, okay? And only lolcows call people detractors, by the way. Chat, do you agree with me? Anyone who calls people who criticizes them detractors? Question. Don't all lolcows call people who criticize them detractors? That seems like a very lolcow thing to do, Lio. That sounds like a thing that a person like Cyrax or Phil or Boogie or Wings or, Chibi, Necademics, a lot, like, Only Use Me Blade. That's very lolcow behavior of you. Is a commentary, little bro. He did steal Chud's news article, though. I did! Fuck Chud Logic. I won that. I got mentioned in the article. Chud did it. W me, L Chud. I already told him I stole his thunder. Let's see here. What are the other screenshots? Alright. So they're adding Lio. Why are you answering these? I don't answer like half of the time my Discord tags me. Let's see here. Lullaby at Lio. I'm not sure if it's the best place to ask, but in your recent announcement, you said you never said Gilded was a zoophile. If he's not the one with the zoo porn to own F-slurs, then which one is it? Oh, good question. Good question. Freaky ass Leo, 69 guy. So true. Let's see here. Some sort of photo. I saw this shit fucking hurts to watch. I hope Oz wins and completely buries Blair. Okay, they're talking about Illuminati. Base guy there. Illuminati sucks ass. We're going over that tomorrow. Let's see here. I'm not sure this is the best place to ask, but in your recent announcements, okay, this is still the same. You could ask him in the general community activity. Bet, thank you. He was the person that did that, but there's no evidence that he sexually partakes in it. So that whole time that you were saying that he is like a zoophile or zoophile adjacent, after you have one convo with Gilded, you take that back. But you've been running with that allegation, basically that insinuation. I won't call it an allegation. The insinuation that Gilded was pro-zoophilia or like zoophile adjacent, and now, after one convo, you decide to change that up. Man, you and Max are one and the same. You guys are... There is something wrong with all of you people that solely base your content on predator hunting. There's something either incredibly autistic with you, your brain is broken, I don't know what to describe it as, but all of you that, like, dedicate your lives to empowering children are the worst people to do it. So just stop. Just stop it. Just give up. Build your stupid Thundercat toys and stop trying to get involved in drama or allegations, because you obviously, and everybody involved in this community, cannot handle them. Just stop it. The fuck is this cat frame? I don't know. That's what they just put in as the call. Hold on. There's still more screenshots. What is this? you just don't care. Maybe if you're the one being called an alcoholic. No, as in, why does it matter that it's speculation? No one was being like, oh my god, it's a fact. You're just stating the obvious. I don't even know, like, why to bring that up in the first place. Unless you're foolish enough to maintain the idea that I'm a bad person, but still should operate on higher principles than the people criticizing me. I put criticizing in air quotes. Buddy, you are being criticized. You got caught being a massive hypocrite, a liar, somebody that adopts people off the internet and doesn't know how to take care of them. You let hopeless peaches dog walk you for years and then call it abuse, which honestly, she lives in London, you're in America. Stop falling for that shit. Be a grown-ass man and stop giving a shit. What else? All these calls where you try to set up dog piles on people every single time. The lies that you said about Kumu and Akumu. The lies about Gilded. The lies about Enla. The things that you have just said over the years. You are being criticized, Lio. Suck it up. It's kind of funny that you say Leia needs thicker skin, but you're the one crying and doing the whole criticizing in quotations. Bro, you're the child here. You're the one that doesn't understand where you're in. You're also really fat and love to use katanas with a lion mask. Like, how did people take this guy seriously? Calling me a detractor. Bitch, I'm just telling you what the world should have told you years ago. Hold on. Forgot my nicotine. I forgot my nicotine. I need it. I just want to smoke cigarettes again. I fucking hate vapes. Well, please say you're trying to make a point and not actually thinking that person is actually an alcoholic, or to make more clear. Well, let's keep going. I don't care. Maybe you're just the one being called an alcoholic. As far as bars concerned go, why should I be inclined not to speculate on the possibility when this person constantly calls me an abuser and makes sexual comments about Zach? What? Sexual comments about Zach? Doesn't Zach, like, say they're like your twink femboy, and you guys had, like, thought it was funny to be like, yeah, Rule 34 artwork of us, no big deal. Excuse me, that's weird. That's incredibly weird. That you have a, quote, twink secretary that makes defense videos of you and then continuously runs defense or tries to make excuses for you. You and whatever that thing is, I'm not even gonna, bro, it has ears and it's involved in, like, art community drama. I do not view Zach as a human. I do not care what you think of me saying that. But, like, none of you matter. The sheer fact, I'm not even defending Leia. It was just really funny. It was, like, really funny to ask her that. But it wasn't, like, a part of the conversation, right? It wasn't necessary to bring up, but you brought it up anyways. Just like how I brought up that Zach should be a part of Tipster's Harem, which they are now. Zach is not Kyle. Spread it around the world, chat, and I am purposely telling you to do that. Tell everybody that Zach is not Kyle is the new goth mommy. I want to see how many people fall for it. So, what sexual comments has Leia made? Like, genuinely. Did Leia ever, like, say, yeah, I really like your twink secretary and their incredibly suggestive artwork profile photo? Like, no. They're just like, damn, this twink secretary's a freak. Like, I don't understand you people. You just make shit up. Nobody's good in this community. Everyone's a piece of shit. Unless you've been It wasn't Leia. It was someone in the chat. Who cares? Here's my response. Who cares? Like, seriously. Like, unironically. Who cares? Who cares that somebody in the chat is saying mean things about you? You know who did that? You know who did that? And I don't respect this person. If you watch my YouTube channel, Keffels. And yes, I have to bring it back to Keffels because she still hasn't refunded the $100,000 and she hasn't owned up to her bullshit. So I'm just going to keep using her as an example until she does so. When Keffels was debating Augie RFC, the chat was writing TTD, or better known as Total Tipster Domination. Not the other one. I'm not going to say that other one. But it was just total tipster domination. It's totally, that's exactly what it was. And people were flooding it in there. And dead naming Keffels. And it's like, yeah, that sucks. But it's just the chat. It's not the individual you are engaging with. Who cares what the chat says? The chat is a conglomeration of, no offense chat, retards that are just here for the action. They aren't the ones looking into stuff. They're just here to listen to people speak. I like all of you, but we all have to admit, when we are in chats, we're a lot more retarded than we are in real life. Okay? I get more retarded when I'm in someone's chat. Look at Beckett's stream. Look at Beckett's stream. Every time I go to Beckett's stream, I'm whining about something and being retarded. So, like, who cares what the chat says? Who cares? Who fucking cares that somebody is saying weird shit to you in the chat? Get over it. Don't read the chat. That's not your community. Okay? That's not your community. You can't police those people. Unless the creator is saying, yes, sexually harass this person. Yes, go and berate this person. Yes, go over and leave mean comments or go into their chat and brigade them. You cannot get mad at the creator for that. Sorry. You can't do that. Okay? You can't do that. During the Brianna Wu debate. Oh, bro, I was so heated in the Brianna Wu debate. I didn't want to join the call to make it look like a dog pile, but I was so fucking angry, dude. I have never been more angry in my life watching a call. But, like, that's the chat. I have Psych Draws is a great artist. Love Psych. I'm friends with a lot of great artists, and Psych's one of them. Thank God Psych didn't enter this fucked off community. Psych, if I ever see you like roaming around the art commentary community, I'm gonna DM you and be like, hey, stop it, stop it, stop it. Brian Martin is bullying me. What? What are you talking about? I'm going to go to your channel real quick. You have 354 subs. Why is Brian Martin bullying you? Also, Brian Martin can't do anything to you. He's threatened me with a lawsuit before. Brian Martin came to my YouTube channel under the Wildcraft name and threatened to sue me for slander and defamation. He ain't going to do shit. He's got his own shit to worry about. Just ignore it. Seriously. My one advice, anything involving the Martins, just to ignore them. Yeah, like just ignore them. Via Facebook, I have the screenshots. I don't believe tag me on Twitter. Tag me on Twitter. I don't do DMs with people I don't know. Just ignore them. Like, who gives a shit? Block the account. What's Brian gonna do? Makes an alt account, block that other one. Just, you don't need to care. Unless he starts copyright striking you, or if he is genuinely, like, trying to sue you and serves you papers, or tries to dox you in any way, then care. Okay? In all seriousness, Chris is not in any position to talk about Futuristic. I've talked about Futuristic Hub. That dude is a fucking loser. But I like the fact that all of his lawsuits get live streamed. They're really funny. They're really funny. Hello. Yes, chef. Let's keep reading. Unless you've been institutionalized. What? That's not even a word. It's not even a word. Around alcoholic individuals, they can get very loud, very crass, and boy, will they instigate issues to the ends of the earth if they think they are in the right in their thinking, which they are, or not. Wait a minute. So if somebody's loud, bombastic, says crazy shit, you automatically assume that they are a potential alcoholic. Are you people stupid? Why am I asking that question? Why am I even asking that? Trying to say in situations around, if you've been in situations around alcoholics. Like, who cares? So what if Leia is loud, bombastic, screaming, yelling, telling people to kill themselves? I don't care. Kill yourself. Kill yourself now. Like, so what? I'm not drunk. This is water, baby. I'm just loud and bombastic all the time. I mean, to be fair, if he didn't mean it as a knock on her, this maybe should have been the first draft of the text, and certainly not the opener. To be fair, this doesn't address the point I'm making here. I guess fair, dude, but you're also bringing up something that doesn't make any sense, like getting upset that somebody in a random chat said some sexual shit to an adult in their chat. Like, you're a fucking idiot. Like, you're actually retarded. What's this now? What is this? Lio Man 2. The severe offenses over the question. 2. Her erratic actions and irrational responses in the call. Leia is just... She's a fan of the blood sports community. Did he not watch anything involving, like, Ethan Ralph back in the day or anything like that? Fun Mama Max Lio Convoy coincidence. What? What is this? 3440. Stop. No way. Don't you dare tell me that Lio is going to criticize Max.
Attention to. So, a lot of people, including myself, have been comparing Lio to another predator hunter that got publicly dragged recently by the name of Mama Max. While the comparison of the two predator hunters that have hardly done much other than create spectacles for their audience is pretty obvious, hearing this part back kind of felt like a fucked up gag.
Lago, did your parents raise you to have any sort of real moral understanding of things?
Yes, they did.
All right. There's an old saying. Let's see if you can complete it. All right? Fastest way for evil to win is for good men too.
That's exactly what... Wait. That's... Wait a minute. Wait a minute! That sounds just like what Max would say. What?
Sorry, I'm not familiar with that phrase now.
For good men to do nothing.
The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing.
He is Max!
Whoa!
He is Max!
Ignore what I sent in DM. I will clip it.
He's Max! Oh my god, he's Max! No way, dude! No way! Oh no! He is the dollar store Mama Max. Oh no, bro. He's the dollar store Mama Max. He's the fat Mama Max. This is like we have Mama Max at home. We have Mama Max at home. This is like Aldi's Mama Max, Great Value Mama Max. I wouldn't even call him Trader Joe's Mama Max. God damn. He's 99-cent store Mama Max. Oh, God. As far as Bar's concern goes, why should I be inclined not to speculate on that possibility when this person constantly calls me an abuser and makes sexual comments about Zach? Jesus. These people are pathetic. Okay. So, I need to preface what I am about to state to all of you, okay? From what I understand, made in China, Mama Max. There's so... Food line Mama Max. Bread line Mama Max. Temu Max. He's got so... eBay Mama Max. Waffle House Mama Max. Sears, bro. Stop. Oh, there's too many stores. There's too many stores we can call them. It's so bad. It's so easy. Craigslist Mama Max got me dying. What the fuck? Radio Shack Mama Max. Max R Us. Oh, God. Wish.com, Mama Max. Stop! You're distracting me. Okay. I need to emphasize the call that we are about to listen to. So, if you listened earlier, I was getting a bit of a breakdown from Enla in regard to Ponder Sprocket. Ponder Sprocket is about a 100,000 sub YouTube channel that is weirdly involved with all Lio's bullshit. Which... Again, I'm going to say it. I think you're pathetic for getting involved in these calls and you have no agency for yourself. You might be retarded. So there's that. But the other half of it is that Lio was told or said he wouldn't get involved in these kinds of calls anymore. Now he's upped that and said, moving forward now, I will not be in any more calls now. So he gets into another call on May 2nd. Come on. With a guy known as Sasu. Now, from what Enla and others have told me, Sasu is a mentally deranged person. Which, okay, not shocking that Lio's in another call with another mentally ill person. Which is my biggest criticism of this goddamn community, is you continue to give oxygen to these actually and genuinely mentally ill people. These aren't like retarded spurgs like Smaggle or like, I don't know, think of any spurg for the commentary community, right? This is not the same kind of situation. But these people are genuinely mentally fucked. And you are having calls trying to change these people, make them do better, like... squeeze these people for information or try to force them to do things. Stop getting in these calls because that just gives me more content to laugh at all of you collectively as a group. So I am not defending really Sasu here. If there's moments where I have to defend him, I will. But I really lay no claim to any of these people. Okay, let's see this.
Was a single sentence saying, referring to Sasu, saying his name, and then saying, but we don't have to have time to get into all of that, and then continuing on with the video. That is the amount that Sasu was brought up in that video. So I think it is absolutely ridiculous that you have a grievance with being brought up in a video where you were brought up once in a single sentence. And also, you have stated multiple times that you are, you want to take accountability for your actions, and what you did was bad. You cannot take accountability and then also demand people to never talk about you and never talk about the things you did.
That's fair, I guess. If somebody does some fucked up shit and people want to bring it up, sure. Is it shitty of them? Yeah, but they're in their right to do it. So, like, I don't really have a problem with that. But, like, my problem is that this person is in a fucking call.
Because if you actually thought that what you did...
Spirit Airlines, Mama Max. Bargain bin hopeless peaches. Oh, no. Now we're going to get hopeless peaches once. Oh, God.
...was wrong, you wouldn't mind people bringing it up because... that it would show personal growth in the fact that, yeah, I did those things wrong and I'm working on myself. The fact that you
Thank you, Edward Swallow, for the subscription.
I blow up on Twitter every single time someone brings you up. It just shows to me that you're not willing to learn. You don't actually like. I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm trying to sift through my.
Okay, chat. 7-Eleven Peaches, Cracker Barrel Mama Max, Ethan Peaches, Goodwill Peaches. Y'all are fucked.
My screenshots, because there's a few. But do you seriously think that nobody is allowed to talk to about you at any point?
I believe I made myself clear when I said I don't want to be talked about. That means in any capacity. It's because first and foremost, and if I could explain it, first and foremost, I'm embarrassed of what I've done. I don't want to be reminded of it because I'm not a type of, I don't want to dwell on it. I really don't want to be reminded of it because.
So here's my first thing. Sasu, don't get into calls anymore. Don't watch the content. Just move on to a different community. It's really easy.
It brings up bad memories and it starts the process all over again. That's why I want to be left alone. I don't want my name mentioned in any of this. Second of all, is that I believe that the best growth is when I have a clear mind. And that means not having outside interference. That means not having people come to me and ask, what happened to you? What happened?
Delete Discord then.
Happened to you?
Just all of you delete Discord. All of you. Every single person that I hear in these goddamn leaked calls need to delete Discord. All of you. Every single one of you delete Discord. It's very easy. Because he's autistic. Bruh, not shocked. This guy's gonna start melting down.
Or, say very mean things about this or that or the third. I virtually wanted to heal by myself. Now, when it comes to the Twitter blow-ups, when it comes to all the times that I interjected myself when I didn't need to, that's my fault. That's my stupidity. Well, I shouldn't use that harsh term, but that's my doing. And the reason is because I can't help it.
Oh my god, Nani. Nani, you made me choke on my smoke. Oh no. I'm not reading that. I'm not reading that now.
I'm a reactive guy. I'm a very reactive person in the long run of everything. I don't usually think. I just react. I just do. And when I do, 90% of the time it doesn't work out. So when somebody brings me up, I react in a negative way because it's in a negative light. I don't want people to see me in a negative light. I'm trying to restart from the ground up. I'm trying to rebuild social circles, the ones that I badly, really, really badly concocted and then destroyed. And I feel like what least I can be granted is just to literally 100% never be mentioned again by the community, because first and foremost, I'm not fit for the community. And second of all, I'm already embarrassed with what I did. And it's already caused a significant amount of turmoil. So that's just what I want to do. So when I say leave me alone, that's what I'm referring to. You can still talk about me in passing. I just don't want the stuff publicized, because if it goes public, what good does it do me? What good does it do to anybody? It doesn't do good to me. It doesn't do good to my family. It doesn't do good to anybody that I'm trying to affiliate with. I mean, that's just on top of.
From what I understand, he's just like a complete weirdo, and he's like crazy. That's at least what I understand the situation to be, is that he's apparently just like a Discord spurg. That is like a total freak to people. That's at least what I understand it to be, or at least he was from this call. It sounds like he's pretty remorseful on it, but at the same time, I've heard that he's learned nothing from it. It's just all over the place. Our main focus, don't get distracted by this. Our main focus is to listen to Lio talk to this guy.
All the stuff that I had to endure the first time.
This is just adding no idea how much worse it gets. What, do you like rape a kid? I don't know.
To the wound. That's all I'm trying to say at this point.
Then
You
let me
don't-
interject.
Oh, sorry.
Just a moment. It's okay, Sonny. I've got this one.
God, why does he sound like this?
Sasu, you are being brought up because of your actions. People do not owe you silence over how you have affected them or your actions. You have the right to change. You have the right to grow. People, you do not have the right to demand silence about your actions from the people you affected.
Fair. The tonality just makes you sound like a condescending prick, but that's fair. He goes, "You don't get to demand what people do," which is fair, but you also sound like a condescending motherfucker. So it doesn't really sound like you've changed much
At all. Because you know what? I'm going to play a little bit of my hand here. You know the Rosical's been circulating, and you know what I've done?
Yes.
I've eaten it. I take the criticism. I'm not going to...
I take the criticism. Excuse me. I take the criticism. Puts criticism in air quotes. Let me just zoom in on that real quick for you. Criticizing me. But he's definitely taking the criticism. He's definitely taking the criticism to heart. Remember that. Definitely doing that.
to do a single response to anybody who is saying negative things about me in relation to Rosa. The reason why? Because I screwed up. I said and did horrendous things in that call that I will never repeat.
You said retard and proceeded to berate somebody who has brain damage. And you tried taking your frustration out on said individual because you couldn't get the predator. That's what you did. Don't dance around it.
That's accountability. I own that. I'm not telling people that, well, in order to heal, I need to not be spoken about. No, that's not how this works. It's not. Accountability is accepting, growing, and moving on.
But isn't that what you guys should be doing? If this guy, let's just play the game, right? If this guy is asking and trying to grow and move on, I feel like you guys bringing that up isn't allowing said individual to move and grow on and go on if they haven't made these mistakes that you are upset with them about a second, third, fourth, fifth, or sixth time. I don't know a lot about Sasu. I'm assuming from what I've been told is that this person doesn't learn their lessons, so whatever. But still, kind of bringing it up well after the fact, it's up to you, your prerogative. I'm not here to like tone police it or whatever, but don't take your own advice, Lio.
And also, if I may, you like I was saying before, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You consistently say, I want to be left alone, I want to be left alone, I don't want to be talked about, I want to be left alone. And then you're posting, and you say that you're a reactive person, and that it's just you reacting. Did you react for so long that you made a 26-page document, and or you reacted when you did an entire interview with Tommy's house? Or you just reacted when you had discussions with all these people, you were in people's lives chats and all that?
Who's the girl in this call? Is it another fake daughter? I don't know. Probably. I don't know. At this point, I assume every single, like, woman to man transitional, I guess,
Leo
are
misses Peaches,
his
so he
daughters
had to
or
find another
sons or whatever.
emotionally dysregulated British white chick to replace them.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking, Meowsters. Like, he definitely found a replacement for Peaches.
That's not...
He is okay. He is Untitled Sonny. Okay.
Not reaction. That is you cannot react for that long. That's what you do. And like Lio said, it's not... Go for it.
Okay, when I say reactive, I mean like in the moment things, like the Twitter bursts, the posts that I've written, the very small like things that were deleted within like an hour or two, and the stuff that I just throw out on Twitter. That's reactive. That's what I'm talking about. When it comes to the interview, when it comes to the document, that was because, and I'm going to be blunt and 100% honest because I know everybody wants honesty here. The reason I did that was because I held a lot of animosity. I held a lot of it for what happened, especially against Lio. Because, and I detailed my grievances out there in that document wholeheartedly, was that...
Stop making documents. Stop it. All of you. Every single one of you. I'm talking to you, chat. Stop making documents. Stop it. I'm putting a stop to this. No more documents. The reason is because I don't feel like reading them. Okay? I'm being selfish here. I don't feel like reading your goddamn documents. I don't care what you went through. I don't care about anything. Stop writing documents. Stop it. No Google Documents, no twin loggers. Stop it. Go to the cops if you have a problem.
That whole I guess animosity started on September 2nd in the document, if you read it, which I know you did, when you essentially told me that my mental health did not matter to what I did. That's when I had a perpetual hate. And that's when I said to myself, at some point or later, I got to get back at you. I gotta kick you when you go down at some point, because we all go down.
Okay, I will make a condition. If you write a document about how much someone sucks because it's like a funny document, then you can get away with it. But if it's a serious document, you need to stop.
Down at some point.
No more
documents. So when I wrote the document, I know I said in there that it was not a parting shot. It was not to, kick a man while he was down. That's half true. I wasn't trying to do that, but it was just to vent my frustrations, because nobody listened to me. Nobody gave a fuck about what I did or what I said and how I tried to rectify it, as paper thin as it may be, to the subjective sense. I guess you could say, now that I think about it, I probably should have just not said anything. I just should have been on the sidelines and just said nothing.
Now is where I'm going to step in. When I said your mental health does not matter, it was not in the sense of it doesn't matter because you don't matter as a person. It's because it did not matter because you were trying to use it as an excuse to your actions. You can have mental struggles. We all do. It does not excuse or justify how you treated people, how you acted, or how you reacted.
But didn't you say that, like, Hopeless Peaches abused you and it put you, like, in a dark place or whatever? Didn't you try to do that? Didn't you try to be like, Hopeless Peaches was so abusive to me? Bro. And you said that you ran defense for them because they were abusive to you. You're doing the same thing that you're accusing this guy of doing. So I don't know what you're talking about here.
So I'm going to lay this out for you as sternly and fairly as I can. Okay?
Go ahead.
You cannot sit here and tell me with your full face a few things. One, nobody cared about you. Sasu, when you were posting about hurting yourself on social media, who called you?
Oh my God, are we doing this right now in a call with 100 people? When you said that you were going to blow your brains out, who called you? Me. I tried to save you. I care about you. Are you fucking out of your mind? I'm going to say something that is kind of rough. Unless they're close friends of yours or family or anything like that, it's not your responsibility to care. I'm sorry. It's not your responsibility to care. It's also really fucked up to bring that up in a call with over 100 people. I feel like that's a very, very disturbing thing to bring up in a call with 100 people in there. That's crazy for you to do that. Like, why would you do that? Wait a minute. I saw some people in chat earlier saying that some of the Lio fans are like, yeah, this call was totally normal and fine. What the fuck was that? In my opinion, for me, and this is me not being like overly uncharitable, this is me as an observation. When I hear something like that, yeah, remember when I called you that you tried to hurt yourself and I tried to save you? And you tried using that as like a weapon in a public call? You're kind of a dick.
Cheers, my horse. Love ya. No pedo.
You're kind of acting like an asshole. And that's just wrong to bring that up. Like, That's something that stays between the two of you. That's not something that you bring up in a call with 100 people. Think of it, 12 months, somebody. What's more fucked up is that Lio is lying to him even better.
You did. Twice.
Why?
Because you were genuinely concerned about my well.
Also, to let you know, I'm pretty sure TTS is fixed. I have no idea. I think they're fixed.
Well-being at the time.
Yeah. So don't play that game. When people allegedly treated you horribly in that June call, who held them accountable?
Oh my God. Remember all those things I did for you? Remember that? Remember those things I did for you? When those people were mean to you in a Discord call, who was there to protect you? When you wanted to blow your brains out, who was there to stop you? Me. Oh, me. Bro, what? I'm not joking when I say this. If a friend of mine was trying to end it, and then months to a year later we have a falling out, and they're mad at me and say some shit, I'm not going to throw me talking them out of doing that horrible thing in the past. I don't even bring it up. There's no reason to bring it up. That's not something that you could use as a, well, you can't, I don't know why you're mad at me. You know, I saved your life. Like, you should not be doing that. You did a nice thing. You using that as a defensive shield later just shows that you never really cared. That's just me. That's just how I view it. I don't care what other people think. I think you look like an asshole bringing that up.
You did, and you told me that. And Aaron told me that at the time, too.
And you have been heard out in multiple calls. And the second one I had with you with Asuka was you constantly talking about how people need to make room for your problems, your issues, to their detriment. Literally, that's what you were saying. Because you wanted to come back in the Senate knowing Lumio didn't want to be around you because, well, we shouldn't change all of our values around Lumio, around one person. You have been heard out multiple times. Now, I have tried to help you in multiple ways to my own detriment. I have sent you something to see if that'll help you out. I have been on the phone with you and your mother to try to get you some help in terms of...
What? Okay. Yes. Is him harassing Luby bad? Absolutely. Okay? If that's what happened. Okay? I'm not even going to defend that remotely. But you called their mom? You called their mom? Dude, that's not your responsibility. You should not be calling people's fucking parents about people on Discord. You should not be doing that. Ever. 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 Ever in your life. You should not be doing that. Yes, this is a flamenco moment. This is a Quantum TV flamenco moment. Like, stop. Stop it. Stop calling these people's mothers.
Interaction and being around people who are the caliber you would like to be, because I'm going to try to be kind and polite to you in this call. I have taken the brunt.
I'm gonna be real, dude. You bringing up you calling him to stop his self-harm is not really polite. I think that comes across as pretty douchebaggish.
The nonsense that people have tried to throw your way concerning me. And on top of that, when people started harassing you via mail, via DoorDash, I did my best to keep you calm and tell you what to do and how to respond to it. You have said multiple times here that you just want to be left alone, you just want to go away. That could be 100% balanced, Sasu. It could be. It's not what you actually want. And the way I can tell that is by your actions. In a few ways. Number one, you constantly vulturing around the community, hoping to see me stumble and fall because you're angry at me when all I've done is try to help you. And that is literally all I have done, is try to help you. Much to the chagrin of the people around me. Because I am foolish enough to try to help people who don't want to change.
Oh my God. I'm too good of a person. I take the brunt of everyone getting mad at me because I want to help people. Dude. Stop. Stop it. This is you trying to position yourself as like this guy that will just do anything altruistically. But you do the altruism in the worst ways imaginable. You call people's mothers. You keep engaging with these people. At some point, you gotta cut them off and stop babying them. And trying to take this as I tried doing everything for you, and I'm tired of you. Okay, if you're tired of them from months ago or years or however long this lasted, why in the literal hell are you continuing to engage with them? Because you like being needed. You like being needed. You enjoy when people need you. You have a complex and an issue mentally where you need to be the savior. Stop being the savior. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help the people involved. It makes the situation worse. You cannot handle these kinds of situations. It is fucking obvious you can't handle them.
Something that I am very recently choosing to not do any further. Secondly,
I'm not choosing to do any further. Okay. I just gotta listen to that back.
To help you, much to the chagrin of the people around me. Because I am foolish enough to try to help people who don't want to change. Something that I am very recently choosing to not do any further.
Why are you in this call then? Why are you in this call? If you're trying to move on and not do this anymore, why were you caught in a call with this? Why did you have 100 people in a call with a mentally ill man?
Secondly, the moment you thought you'd get an upper hand, where do I find you? I find you in Kumo's server, running a mouth. And not just Kumo's server, I also found you in Crystal's. Now, Crystal is kind enough to learn how to play the game. So while it seemed like we were beefing on social media, we were still talking behind the scenes. Actually, it wasn't Crystal's server, was it? It was Dorito.
That's not playing the game. That's just, I'm not going to lie, that's pretty snakish. Yeah, publicly, I'm just completely and utterly annoyed with you. I disavow everything that you've done, and yada, yada, yada. But you're still going to actively be friendly with that person? I find that snakish. I find that fake. I find that to be a fake action. Where if you have an issue with somebody, and you're publicly, like, shitting on them, but you're still talking to them nicely behind the scenes, that seems snakish. But, maybe I'm just an old, grizzled veteran of somebody trying to snake me. I've had it happen before, and I'm very, very much aware of that being a snake tactic.
I think I saw what you said in that server. You want to justify to me why you thought it was okay to accuse Peaches and I of being friends with benefits?
Are you not?
That was something I said in the heat of the moment, and I apologize and I retract that.
I don't want your apology. I want to know why you thought it was acceptable, because you know better.
I can't explain that. I don't have a cohesive explanation for it.
Because here's the hard-line truth of the matter. You ran to Tommy House. I haven't heard the end, but I'm sure it's filled with pathological lies. Because unfortunately,
there is so many retarded discords that are involved in this. Dude, I swear to God, I know I'm going to get a DM from Leon. He's going to be like, why the fuck are you covering retard Discord drama again? But, like, bruh, this is too funny not to talk about. So shut up.
actually, that's who you are, Sasu. You will lie. You have lied. You'll continue to lie. You show up in places you are not wanted. You constantly try to edge your way into other places, knowing full well that you're not going to be accepted there either. And you plot and desire revenge against a man who has never actually done you wrong. Because I haven't, Sasu. If anything, I've done the people around me wrong by trying to help you more. That's why we have a problem. Go ahead, Sonny.
I was just gonna also bring up, if you didn't want to be dragged back into this, then you shouldn't have been lying on interviews, because I'm gonna bring up, and also bringing up things that don't actually make Lio look bad and pretending that they do. For example, I actually wrote down a bit of a transcript of the interview. I didn't get through the whole thing because I got so fucking mad that I closed it out.
Oh my god, these people are so fucking weird. I took down a transcript of every single thing that you have said, and I'm going to read the transcript out to you now, so to tell you my grievances with you. Oh my god. Do you have a citation for that? Do you have any evidence of that? Do you have a copy of that? Do you have a clip of that? Motherfucker, man. Like, just tell him.
I was listening to it just before this
It is legitimate weaponized autism.
call. I had to close it out because it was genuinely killing me off. But you specifically stated, I was starting to get very close to one of the mods, and I will admit that I made rash decisions, incorrect decisions, and I've apologized and taken accountability for that in the document. But the way it was handled was exceptionally bad. And the point where I stopped transcripting was when you said, I was never told of any boundaries.
Correct.
Do you think that's true?
Yes.
Okay.
You've got to be kidding me.
You were told on multiple occasions in multiple calls, hey, what you are doing is borderline parasocial, and what you are doing is unhealthy for both yourself.
Whoa! Let's roll it back real quick, okay? Let's roll it back. This group of people are trying to tell someone else that they're being parasocial. That's interesting. That this group of people that are incredibly parasocial are telling another person that they are too parasocial. Does anyone, like, see any issue with that? Am I reading too much into it, guys? Am I reading too much into that? You know, the guy that adopted, you know, a bunch of mentally ill people, that adopted hopeless peaches. The guy that gets too involved in his Discord server and has to be the hero to every person with a mental disorder in his Discord. It's kind of crazy that, you know, these people would call another person parasocial. It's a little crazy. It's a little crazy. But, you know, maybe I'm just reading too much into it.
And for the people around you, and especially to Lumi himself. So what you need to
Oh, wait, Lumi's a guy? God damn it.
Do is take a step
Lumi, I was thinking it was a girl this whole time, bro.
back. And that was the first call, and we've all agreed that that call was very gentle. We were handling you with cotton gloves, and we told you very firmly and gently, hey, you know, what you're doing is not okay. It's not healthy for you. I'm telling you this as a...
Lumi/Aiden is, oh god, assigned female at birth. Okay. I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. I don't care anymore. Does Lio have a fetish for AFABs? Or, like, people that are, like, female to male transition? Does Lio have a fetish for, like, female to male? Because it just seems like he surrounds himself with so many of them. I have never seen so many female to male transitioners in a community in my life. Finally, the reverse tipster. Stop, bro. Stop it. The reverse tipster. Instead of transitioning into goth mommies, they're transitioning into goth daddies. Yo. 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 Oh, no. Oh, no.
friend.
Oh, no, this is why I like talking about Lio. It's just a way for me to get my tipster rate out. No! 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 Now I know why I like laughing at Lio. Because it's literally just reverse tipster. Oh no. Oh no.
You know, you can come to me anytime if you need to vent, but you need to stop trauma dumping on people. You need to stop crossing Lumi's boundaries, and you need to respect that Lumi is uncomfortable by how close you are trying to get to him. That is the call we had, where it was plainly set out. And still, you tried to push, and you were trauma dumping on other people as well. You were told multiple times, I don't want to hear about, like, I don't want to trauma dump, like, I don't want you to trauma dump on me. You were told multiple times, and that is why the second call happened, because you were pushing those boundaries. And in the call, you said, and I quote, when we spoke together, I brought up, why on earth would you go to people who have specifically said that they don't want you to trauma dump on them when someone, me, has told you.
Block them. To all those people that had an issue with this guy, block them. Block them. Ignore them. It's really easy. You just don't pay attention. You block them and you move on. It's a pretty, it's been an established pattern, you know,
that they're happy for you to vent to them. You have an avenue where you can actually talk to these people, so why would you go to other people? And you said, and I'm quoting this verbatim, you said, the best way I can answer is that I go to the first person I see and dump on them. And I said, that's stupid, and you agreed. So you were told about boundaries multiple times, and you still crossed them. That's why the second call happened. So what you're not going to do is lie on this fucking call, because if you want to talk it out, you are literally lying. We literally have the call where you was specifically told, don't.
Yo, what's up? Plumbing and elevators here from the Leg Pack God stream. Well, welcome. My channel is a hellscape. Pack God goated though. Leg sucks fucking massive cock. Still to this day. Leg is my favorite lol cow.
Cross these boundaries, and we have the second call where you specifically brought up the fact you agreed to the fact that you crossed those boundaries. You have multiple times on.
In the call he had with Asuka and I, you literally said you don't agree with somebody's boundaries. You knew they were there. So yes, you did. That's recorded, Sasu. That's recorded. And I'm being very calm, very patient with you, but I will not accept this from you. I've accepted enough from you, I think. I will not allow you to lie about your actions, because you have been doing that for quite some time now.
See, this is the part where Lio's like, you know what? I'm done with the call. You are a nuisance to me. I'm no longer going to engage myself anymore. That's all you had to do. If you did that, this call would have been... You still would have looked like a dick for throwing the whole, like, I saved your life in his face. But at least you would be okay. And wait a minute. Wait. Hold on.
I think. So, that's recorded. And I'm being very calm, very patient with you, but I will not accept this from you.
Is he driving? Is he in his call? Wait, is he in his car right now? Are you serious? He's in his car. Oh, Sasu was in the car. I was like, Sasu, if you're in the chat, get the fuck off Discord. Now! Get the fuck off of it. Get off. Leave. Like,
I've accepted enough from you, I think. I will not allow you to lie about your actions, because you have been doing that for quite some time now. It's also why you've had no problem terrorizing people in order to get the attention you wanted. And this is something I often would not say, because usually I find it important, but as somebody who's had to put up with that behavior for the better part of 2 years now, I feel I am somewhat qualified to speak of it. What you did to Asuka and Indo was absolutely horrific. And I think you did it to them because you knew they'd be vulnerable enough to put up with it.
That's absolutely untrue, and you know that.
Actually, I know that it is true. You want to know how I know it's true? It's because the minute I hopped on call...
Go ahead. I want to hear that. I want to hear that.
The moment I hopped on call and I told you to knock it off, you did.
That's because I didn't know what the hell you do. You were threatening to call the cops on me, sir.
Because you were threatening to drive your vehicle off a ridge, sir.
And I explained.
When Asuka and Endo told you that they were going to call to get you help, you told them if they did, you would have the cop.
Sasu, stop getting into Discord calls. Delete Discord off your phone. Now. Genuinely. Now. Stop it. You, Lio, Suddy, Hopeless Peaches, everyone in the ACC, get off Discord. Stop talking to everybody. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all are a bunch of freaks.
Shoot you. You didn't say that to me.
You entered the wrong chat, brother.
So I said it in the last conversation I had with you. I'm going to say it here. You have a tendency of playing these games with AFAB people. You're not going to play it with me.
Okay, that's really funny that Lio said you play this game with AFAB people. Aren't you doing that? If you're being genuine that I'm having a problem with that, yeah, I'm being genuine. Get the fuck off Discord. Get a life. All of these people in this community, get a life. Get out of Discord. Get a job. Shower. Enjoy your life. Stop getting into Discord.
Shouldn't do with them either, but I know what your lists are. You're not dumb enough to...
I'll tell you what the fuck I want to do, bitch. I don't care. For your own sanity, you should not be getting in Discord calls with Lio Convoy.
So you're not going to start here.
Lio sucks massive fucking dick. But I don't really respect anybody that gets into any calls with him anymore. So it's super funny.
This has nothing to do with AFAB people. Don't even get started on that. This has nothing to do with AFAB people. Excuse me. This has nothing to do with AFAB people. This has nothing to do with AFAB people.
Then explain the pattern.
Can you explain the pattern?
Yeah, because you'll do it to
the only thing I can explain.
You'll do it to Sunny. You did it to Lumi. You try to do it with Peaches. You don't do it to me. You did it with Smout too. That's 6. Sasu.
You didn't do it with Baiju.
Well, Baiju's a piece of shit. We all know that, but regardless.
I'm gonna be real mean because I think you need to hear this. I'd take Baiju over you any day.
I actually did not hear that. What did you say?
I said I'll take.
Yeah, I'm a demon. I'm in the walls. Oh God, I could not care less. It's just so funny. You're all delusional.
Take Baiji over you any day.
Baiji is a zoophile that likes a feral porn of bestiality. Ew. Lio said they would rather choose that than this guy? Okay. That seems fucking dramatic. That's disgusting. Baji the Dolphin Man had a Discord rule where he wanted people to draw that dolphin and horse comic. What is with all these mentally ill people, man? Yeah, you know what? You're kind of annoying, but I'd rather deal with what was it again? A zoophile who wants drawings made of dolphins getting fucked by horses. Oh my God. This whole community is an insane asylum. No one's normal. Not a single person's normal.
I'm not saying that to be specifically mean. I'm saying that because with Baiji, what you see is what you get. With you, you pass that lied.
So you're going to take somebody who falsely called me a rapist over me. Is that what you're...
No way.
You're saying?
You know what? I've actually had the chance to re-listen to that call, Sasu. That's not exactly what happened.
That's exactly what happened.
I am not done. Baiji's point is that rapists also like to abuse boundaries. It was a...
That's a crazy fucking thing. That's a rapists like to abuse boundaries. What? Hold on. You can't. No, Lio, that's fucked up to say to him.
Happened.
I need to re-listen to this, okay?
That's exactly what happened.
I am not done. Baiji's point is that rapists also like to abuse boundaries.
So then that terrible fucking person compared Sasu for no reason to a rapist. That's really fucked up. Now, Sasu, you still should delete Discord, but what he just said and what that person said about you is completely fucked up. And then also, Lio, you've like gotten into calls with like children, like minors and shit, and other people just to like scream and bully them. Like you break boundaries or I guess social boundaries all the time. So what the hell is this? Why are you even taking a call with this guy? If you know that Sasu is an annoying person or whatever the lore is, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Like, that's fucked up to say about him. And to compare him to a rapist because rapists don't, listen to boundaries or respect boundaries. That's a horrible analogy.
It was a asinine comparison, but it wasn't calling.
One is rape and one is annoying people on Discord. You can't compound the two into the same situation. That was wrong.
You a rapist.
Technically, he was. He was saying that my actions linking me to a rapist, therefore he called me a rapist, or a rapist in the making.
That is not how that works, Sasu.
That is exactly how it works.
I just told you that's not going to be accepted. And I just also pointed out a 6-person pattern of behavior for you that I noticed you can't really have any sort of retort to. So the reason why I say
if you would let me explain,
go ahead, explain away.
If you would let me explain.
Go for it.
I said this, and I'm going to say it again, and you better let me talk because this is starting to get really stupid. Can you let me talk?
Go for it.
I don't take advantage of AFAB people. I don't take advantage of anybody in general. Like I said, reactive. I am reactive. Sometimes it's a spur of the moment. Other times it can linger out for days. You don't know what I'm thinking in my head, first and foremost. You don't know what's wrong with me. So don't even go there. All right, we're going to close that avenue off really quickly. Second of all, I
This is welcome. He's an annoying monster. I don't know about that. Maybe. Nah. I don't know about that. I don't think he's as egregious of like Max. I don't think he's like genuinely like just.
Lio abuses kids. What does he know of boundaries?
Yells at kids. When I hear the word abuse, I think like physical abuse, and I'm not going to attribute that. I would definitely say that he has some kind of like sick idea of what it is to confront people.
He's outstayed his welcome and he's an annoying monster.
50-50 on that one. Is he annoying as shit? Absolutely, but he hasn't done like what Max did and went like on a 600, like a almost million sub YouTube channel and falsely accused somebody of being like a full-blown pedophile that I am aware of. Okay. That I am aware of. All right. Like, if he's done that, then yeah. If he's done that, then absolutely. But like, I don't know about that. Mental abuse is still abuse. Don't downplay it. Yeah, I guess. It's just like my brain just thinks of Discord as not a real place. So everyone's got different ways of looking at it, you know? For me, personally, if it's over Discord, it can be deleted. It's not like that person has your private phone number or whatever. But that's just me. That's just me. That is just me. Not trying to downplay it, just being upfront about it.
I can't convey my emotions properly. So whenever I'm feeling sad or angry, it comes out as anger or violence. That's the unfortunate thing about it. You don't know what I have to go through. You're never going to know what I have to go through. And frankly, I don't need you telling me how I should deal with it.
I'm dictating. Excuse me. I'm not dictating how you should feel. I am
you
dictating.
kind of are.
No. I am dictating how you will not react.
You can't dictate anything that anyone does, Lio. Like, you can't do that. You're not going to be able to dictate anything. That's why the block button exists, or just ignoring them, because these, like any kind of person that you have an issue with, just block them. Don't engage with them. They'll get bored eventually. Like, it's really easy.
Is a Darksburg argument.
Does Lio sound like an abuser? He sounds like somebody that really likes the idea of being in power.
Also,
Feelings are one thing.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, we're not saying what you should be doing. Like I've given you, I gave you advice before on what you could do. That if you don't want X to happen, you shouldn't do Y because
if you block someone, they win. No, you just don't see them ever again. What the fuck are you talking about?
They directly correlate. Oh, Lio died. Oh, there he is. But they directly correlate with each other. So if you don't want X to happen, you shouldn't do Y. It's just basic equations. But what you're trying to do is you're the one trying to dictate what we should do, because you're the one being like, I don't want anyone to talk about me ever, and you shouldn't talk about me and shouldn't bring up anything you do. You are trying to dictate ours on what we should or should not say. And the fact of the matter is,
Well, hold on. You're also trying to dictate what Sasu should do. So, you're kind of just running. You're just going in circles.
recognized a few times that you hurt people. Do you think that people who are not hurt by you are allowed to talk about the way that you hurt them, and then refuse to? Hello.
Yes.
No, go on. It was really Go on.
In that document, and I said multiple times in voice calls, and don't interrupt me when I say this, because I'm trying to be as patient as possible. I'm trying to be as detailed as possible, and I'm trying to be as forefront as possible. I have admitted to what I did wrong. I'm not proud of what I did. I'm not defending what I did, and I'm not going to be called a liar, because my mother never raised a liar. And frankly, I'm starting to think, and excuse me, I hate to even bring this up, but now I'm starting to feel like I'm being attacked for being a male with mental issues.
Ooh, I'm so glad you brought that up, because I want to talk about this Twitter thread. Do you seriously think that people are attacking you because you're a cis white male, Jewish male? Is that the reason you think?
Okay. What? The person bringing this up is like giggling with laughter. The guy says, "Hey, I'm mentally unwell," and they're like giggling that this. What the fuck? This whole community is just so fucking brain rotted. Everybody on all sides, everyone on all sides is so brain rotted.
So let's tackle that. Let's tackle that whole.
Oh, Zelaya, you muted yourself.
In what way? In what way do you think any of us are anti-Semitic?
It's not the anti-Semitic thing. Let's put that to the side. I'm talking about my white heritage first.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy that he brought up the anti-Semitism first. Like, that was the point of conversation.
First and foremost, I'm talking about my white skin color and the fact that I'm a male.
What do you think your ethnicity has anything to do with how people are talking to you and dealing with you right now?
Because anybody, and I said this in the Twitter thread, and it's true, that when Aaron had a meltdown, they had to be coddled. When Aiden had a meltdown, they had to be coddled. When Sonny had a meltdown, I was there to coddle them, and multiple people were there to coddle them. When anybody with that was transgender or was gender fluid or non-binary had an issue, they were comforted. But when it came to me, a white cis male, as we call it now, when I came and I said, I need help, I was literally screaming for help, but I didn't know how to vote.
You should not be going to help on Discord. You shouldn't. You should never be asking for help on Discord, Twitter, Facebook DMs. Go see a therapist. Speak to family. Speak to friends. Like, dude, everybody just sucks, man.
I said, what did happen to me? I got villainized for it, and I got browbeaten in front of 100 people. So that's why I think that.
Which, fair, you did get put on a public stage to be talked about with your mental issues. That is fucked. They should not have put it on a public stage for people to watch as like a spectacle. That's pushing it, right? Like, realistically, that's what I'm doing right now. But I wasn't the one that engaged this call. I wasn't the one that recorded this call. I wasn't the one that pulled anybody into a call for this to be a public spectacle. Now that it's public, different situation. But the thing is this is on Lio's end. This should have been a private call, first. Second, this call should have never actually happened in the first place. In general, there's no need to engage with these people. Lio, you have a fucking savior complex. Stop it. Stop it. Stop engaging with anybody that's looking for help on the internet. That is not your responsibility. That it's public, let's enjoy the spectacle. Hey, it is what it is. I genuinely believe that Lio and everyone in this call are completely retarded for even having this in the first place. That's stupid.
And I know it's true.
That's it.
No. Can I?
No.
Mind if I say a point if that's okay?
Here. You can
So-
go ahead. You'll still take a shot at it.
Yeah, so you're saying that you weren't cuddled because you're a cis white male, right? Going off
Yes.
idea, like,
Crystal, you being in these calls is bad. Stop being in these calls. I get it. Endless said that you walked away. No more of this, no more of that. Yada, whatever. Stop. I keep hearing your name being brought up way too much in context to calls that Lio keeps getting himself into. You need to completely disassociate and stop fucking talking to these people. Everybody needs to just stop. The art commentary community needs to die. It needs to die. And you all need to stop caring about random fucking viewers.
I don't really know you, Sassy, you don't really know me, kind of thing. So when I had an issue, when me and Lio had an issue, and Erin was convincing them to make a video on me, there's a
I don't believe it. This call was even before Rin, lol.
call which again was deleted between me and Lio. I wasn't cuddled. I wasn't supported.
But this wasn't supposed to, I get it. Like, oh, it's the content. But the problem is that this is stupid. This is a stupid thing to do, is to have somebody who's struggling with stuff in a call with 100 people to be stared at and judged like a fucking animal in a cell, you know?
Third call, which was never made public. I was almost crying. It's not just because you're a cis white male.
No, I know, but that's the thing, is like some people are gonna argue that. You have to like shut those down now.
That you were treated that way. I was treated
like that's an argument that somebody's gonna make, and I have to shut that down immediately.
Shit as well. So
no one involved is a good person. There's varying degrees of being bad person. Yeah, no, 100%. There's no good people in this whole community. Everybody just collectively fucking sucks. Oh my god, everyone in this community needs to implode. I'm so ready for it.
I don't really get that excuse because I have all the things which you're trying to say. Oh no, only people like this. I'm autistic. I'm trans. I have all of that, and I wasn't cuddled and protected. It's a weird point for you to raise.
Well, it's a true point to raise because again, go ahead.
Well, if it's a true point, then why did they not cuddle me then?
You're comparing one call to the months of shit that I had to endure during and after the fact. Okay,
I had to endure
my mental issues.
I had to endure almost full character assassination. Again, you're saying it's not an example.
Yeah, you did.
You were saying, I had to endure people trying to fully attack my character, multiple hate messages and everything like that. So your point of being you weren't cuddled because you're a cis white male makes no sense. Because I wasn't cuddled either, and I'm trans.
Also,
one moment. Before we continue, please, Sasu, have you at least pulled over? Because I don't need you agitated while you're driving.
I've been pulled over for the last 20 minutes.
Good. Just wanted to make sure. All right. So here's where I have to cut in here. Okay.
Go ahead.
Sasu, number one, Crystal has a very valid point. Because frankly, the kindness I gave you, I should have showed to Crystal. Secondly, Aaron wasn't coddled due to just the breakdowns. And on top of that, you actively continued to do scumbag things.
Isn't that what Peaches did, though? Kept actively, doing scumbag things and, kept crying to you and saying, oh, I'm gonna blow my brains out, or whatever the fuck that she would say to you privately, or they, or them, or whatever. I don't get that, because you're all just a massive hug box. All of you. You're all just delusionally stupid people.
Why would I coddle you while you're being
Chris, it's different. Peaches bought benefits. What benefit do you get out of coddling hopeless Peaches? Genuinely, I need an answer for that. I need an answer. What benefit is there to coddle hopeless Peaches or any of these people? Anybody in this fucking community, Sasu included, and everybody. What is the point? 8K? Lio paid the 8K. That's not a benefit. That's a loss. I don't get that. I don't get why you're spending time in these fucking calls a whole hour trying to talk to somebody that genuinely doesn't want to do it.
In a room with the art commentary community or the tuber community?
Oh God, why would you ask me that? It's like a horrible situation. I think I'd find the sharpest object and just plunge it right into my fucking carotid artery. I wouldn't survive very long. I just stab myself right in the carotid artery with a sharp object.
Terrible.
My
I refuse to answer your question. Thank you for the 5.
mental health issues are not a result of being a scumbag. That's a completely unfair. That's completely unfair to even equate the two, and I am genuinely offended by that.
Okay.
My mental health
can be
issues.
offended.
Excuse me.
That's a fine reaction to
Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. My mental health issues are the result of a multitude of other things that I'm not going to go into publicly here. And frankly, I don't want to go into publicly here. And I told you this 3 separate times in this call. I'm telling you a 4th time. Can you let me talk?
Because that's why you're doing this. Sasu, I've been letting you talk, but I'm not going to let you run roughshod over people here because it's what you like to do. So I'm going to be very clear here. I'm going to be very clear here, and I've been very firm. I haven't even raised my voice to you. So you're going to listen. When you were not treated cruelly because of your mental health. You weren't treated cruelly at all. We told you that your reactions and the way you were responding to your mental health issues was a problem. You were not treated like a monster. You were not harassed by us. You were told in multiple calls, most of which that you requested, go somewhere else. We don't want you in our spaces. And in the call you and I had with Asuka, and including this one, I'm not done.
But this is the thing, like both sides in this could have just blocked each other, and this would have never happened. Yeah, we don't want you in our community. Block him. Block him. Your issue, again, Lio, is that you need to be the guy that's saving people. Yeah, we don't want you around, but we'll bring you into a call in front of 100 people. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, you're the good guys. Yeah, you're the good guys. Yeah, you're the good guys. You're the good guys. But at the same time, you got this guy who's just a fucking annoying bastard. Like, this shit is so AIDS.
You admitted your biggest issue is that you don't like it when you don't get your way, and you're acting the exact same way this time. So no, I'm not going to let you...
No problem, romantic goblin.
You sit here and say that, well, you don't care about my mental health. What about my coddling? Sasu.
Okay.
It doesn't justify. And that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to use your mental health to justify your actions, and that's not going to be accepted here. I'm sorry, but no, sir. It will not.
Also,
more to the point. Go ahead, Sonny.
I just want to point out that you say that you weren't treated fairly or kindly at any point. Did the first call, did that happen, or did it not? Where we sat you down and very, very gently explained things to you, and you agreed that you were going to try and go get help and work on yourself for like 3 to 4 weeks before you started pushing boundaries again. Did that first call not happen?
Oh, I never said it didn't happen. I have acknowledged it times.
Okay, so what do you mean that you weren't treated kindly at all? Because that call happened where we tried to do it delicately, and then when you did it, and then the second call, I for a fact remembered that I was absolutely furious coming into the call, but I still spoke to you with a level voice, and I tried to let you know all of my frustrations because you were doing things that had hurt other people.
But this is, bro, like they're just looping. It's just a lot of looping of the same fucking conversation. Didn't we tell you nicely last time not to come back here, Sasu? Yeah, you did. Well, you didn't, but you did, but you didn't. Well, didn't we do that? Like, you're all just looping. This call has lasted 30 minutes already. Like, why didn't you guys just stop the conversation and go, you know what? We're looping. No more. No more.
And you felt like...
All sides are like whataboutisms.
Like you were entitled.
Yeah, the best picture to describe this call is this.
Because that's what it is. It was entitlement. You felt you were entitled to be around spaces with the people that you hurt because you felt that you had recovered yourself enough, but you didn't seem to think about the fact that the people you hurt had not recovered enough. They were not ready to let you back into their spaces, and because you weren't allowed back into your spaces, you made that document where you were upset and you called people like you called me a close friend despite not treating me like a friend for all that years. But that's neither here nor there. You, in the call, completely out of nowhere, raised your voice and screamed at me. After we had a private call beforehand where I had specifically laid out, we had shared things with each other. I'd specifically told you about one of the triggers that would set off a traumatic reaction from me, and explained why, and you still raised your voice to me.
Oh my god. you got loud with me. It's a triggering thing for me. Are you out of your fucking mind? Sasu yelling at you bad, yes. But it's also really weak and pathetic for you to be like, oh, he yelled at me. That's really triggering to me. Just to hang up. Like, I just don't fucking get it, man. I literally just can't understand it.
And I phrased myself wrong in the third call that happened because I don't want it to come across. I want to make it plain clear. I don't know if you did it intentionally or not. I'm not going to say if you did it intentionally or not. But you came out of the gate screaming when I had a completely regular low tone with you. And then
This knockoff Hopeless Peaches is so fucking dry. I genuinely want to die.
You want to say that you were the one being victimized? When you started screaming before anyone else did? Because I didn't shout at you, Sasu. Did I deserve to be screamed at in that call?
I wasn't shouting at you directly. I was shouting in general.
Okay, well, you were talking to me, and you randomly started screaming.
That's because I had one person trying to tell me something, and I had another person trying to tell me I was a scumbag, and I had a third person trying to say another thing, and it got overwhelming. And the December call, the third call, the third call, the December call, I was pissed because you people came in and tried to interfere with something that I was trying to do away from you people. That's what pissed me off the most during that whole fucking thing, was that I was trying to do my own business. And then for whatever reason, Asukai and Aiden had the brilliant idea to play superhero and go and talk to the artist that I was trying to talk to when they're totally capable of telling me anything themselves, and then try to play hero and essentially start the whole process again. That was bullshit. That whole thing was bullshit. I hold a lot of resentment over that. And again, I will state, I did shit wrong, but some of you people did not handle it right. And I am going to take that to my grave.
Sasu? Sonny's
What?
not referring to...
God, just the condescension. Condescension or like trying to like play moderator, dude. Just hang up the fucking call. Like just hang up the call. Like stop dealing with this shit. Oh my God.
You raising your voice in that call. Sonny's referring to you raising your voice against them completely needlessly and out of nowhere in the June call, but Sonny was the only person talking to you.
And that's what I'm saying.
No,
that is what I'm saying.
Yeah, literally. Turn off the screen, little bros. Hold on, I gotta find that. This is literally words to live by. Oh, it's a t-shirt. I didn't even know that there is a t-shirt. We're gonna pull this up real quick, okay? This is words to live by. For everybody that is involved in the art commentary community, or people that want to get involved with content creators or be a part of the internet ecosystem. This is what you should live by for the rest of your life. You should never, ever, ever be in a call like this. Nobody should be in a call like this. Not a single one of you people. No more. Live by that.
Mentioned the call that No, you just mentioned the call here in December. The call that happened in June, which is what Sonny was relating to, didn't have 3 people talking to you at the same time. You weren't overwhelmed. You just raised your voice randomly. We just listened to that call today. You're not going to play that game here. No, sir.
And
then we must have listened to 2 different calls, because I specifically remember people were trying to say your apologies are too political. You're not saying the right things. Oh, we don't want to hear this. We don't want to hear that. You guys, hold on just a second. I'm starting to get really fucking upset with all of this, because it doesn't seem like, at least for the 4th time, you people are trying to do. I would even say that this is starting to get into character assassination at this point, because if you want to go down that route, if we want to go down this route, you knew very well, and most people knew very well, I had issues with social cues, and I had issues with anger. That was completely voided and not acknowledged. Hold on. It was not acknowledged, and none of it was even considered. All this has been some type of, I even say conspiracy to get me to get riled up and to give you guys content. And this is starting to get really fucking stupid.
I can kind of like Now, this is a crazy person saying this, but it doesn't sound too off base. The content in of itself has been like these stupid Senate calls for like hundreds of people to watch, and they talk to, berate, or argue with these people, right? I believe Sasu thinking that isn't like too out of the realm of craziness for him to sit back and go, yeah, these people are using me for content. Now, is it mainly like his craziness that's speaking? Probably. But he might be right. He might be right. But I don't know. They just have a pattern of behavior where they'll bring in mentally ill people to talk to them on Discord for some ungodly reason.
Because, frankly, I'm 26 now. Hang on.
No, I don't think so. Let me be very clear here, Sasu.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You're trying to play this game. This is not conspiracy. This is not character assassination. No.
That you shouldn't have done this in a public Discord stage with 100+ people watching that. I'm sorry.
No, you don't know what that word is if you're using that in this context. You came into this call and you literally admitted not only do you have anger issues, but you have issues with violence as well. That's a problem.
What is he going to do? Wait, if he has an issue with violence, what is he going to do? Is he going to drive to another... Is he going to go fly to London to go beat the shit out of this Sunny person? Like, what is he going to do? Like...
Oh, no.
Send mean messages in Discord. Like, block them. Oh, my God. $5 from somebody. Lyle's a Keemstar of the ACC. That is a terrible comparison. A mentally ill dog. I'm trying to be the boss of mentally ill people. Okay, maybe that wasn't.
You're not going to take that out of context.
Mentally ill loco trying to be the boss of other mentally ill people.
Always. I'm not taking anything out of context. You're going to sit and you're going to listen. Your problem this entire time has always been that you're not getting what you want. Just like now, we are telling you directly what has happened in these calls that we have recently listened to. We are telling you what your actions and reactions have been through this entire debacle. And whenever you are held to task on it, you start getting upset, you start raising your voice.
Yeah, I had to say no comment on that one.
You start claiming things like conspiracy. Sasu, let me be very candid with you.
If this person is doing all those things, Lyle, stop talking to them. Block them. End the call. Get them off the stage. Ban them from the Discord. If they continuously react this way, get rid of them. Let them say whatever the fuck they want. No one's gonna care. Nobody. Because they're just a random chatter. The only reason I know they exist is because you were dumb enough to have another call like this. They unblocked him for this call. Why? Oh, yeah, because he made a document and said some mean, like, some stupid, like, some shit in an interview. Why? Why unblock him for this? Keep him blocked. You guys are all idiots.
If we want to diminish you and conspiratize against you...
Pathetic. Pathetic on all fucking counts from every single person involved in this call. Pathetic.
Do it by sending in a Discord call. We do what those scumbag weirdos you used to hang out with are doing.
Also,
okay, yeah, that's fine.
Hold on. Go ahead, Sonny.
Again, I'm baffled that when you say that
is Lio ontologically evil. I would just say he's like a complete fucking idiot. Like, this is the thing, right? I'm mostly doing this to laugh at Lio. I'm not here to morally grandstand and do all this shit, right? Like, the most I could say about this call is that Lio's like a complete fucking idiot for even having this call in the first place and engaging with these people. Still getting the calls. Still trying to talk to mentally ill people. Still trying to act like the hero. That's why I'm here. Because it's showing a pattern of behavior that this dumb motherfucker that plays with Gundams will not stop. He will continuously do this. I swear to God, within a few months, we're going to have another fucking call leak. I swear to God.
We must have listened to two different calls. Listen, I have the call pulled up right now. I'm happy to pull it up right now. If someone gives me permission to screenshot, I will happily pull it up. But, because if you don't, Because if you seriously don't believe that it came completely out of nowhere, I'm happy to show you. Because the context of what was happening in that was that you got heated.
A new call just dropped today. You've got to be shitting me. You've got to be shitting me. You're joking. I literally meant that like as a hyperbolic statement. Mods, go find that call. Go find that call for me. Please. Please find that call. Because this call with Sasu is a waste of my fucking time at this point. It's just mentally ill guy arguing with retards. Like, what more? What more can I say about this? What more can I say about this? Let me double check. Maybe I accidentally saved a call where it is. Oh my god, I did.
Just for that.
What the hell is this? It's 3 hours, dude. There's no fucking way in hell. Ah! 3 hours!
Nutshell. Random autist says something mean to one of Leo's children. Leo, I'm gonna call your mom on you.
You know, like, I'm supposed to pick up a birthday gift today. I'm gonna be running late.
All right, so now that that's been sorted, and I literally hopped in there and said, move to gallery, move to gallery. Want to make some...
Wait, 6/5/2024. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Excuse me. What the hell is this? Oh, this is May 16th. Okay, because they're British. They're British, they're British, they're British, they're British, they're British. I got confused. I forgot that they do the stupid shit where they flop it the other way.
Things very clear here. Rin, I know you are not in the best household. I know you are doing your best to make sure you are not being heard here. I'll be very clear. If you think at any time there's going to be a problem or somebody's going to show up, you can just disconnect. You're not going to get fussed at. While I want this to be resolved and I want the conversation to be civil, I don't want you to be in genuine danger.
Oh, wait, no. I've already gone over this. Wait, what is this? 4/5/2024. Whoa! Wait, this got uploaded 3 hours ago. What?
Cheers, my horse. Love ya. No pedo. Cheers, my horse. Love ya. No pedo.
Thank you for the 5 gifted, somebody. Oh god, please, just fucking kill me. Just kill me. Just kill me.
Cheers, my horse. Love ya.
Oh god,
No
so
pedo.
this happened on May 24th, 2024. Oh god, just fucking murder me, please. Please, just kill me.
Everyone hear me all right?
Yeah.
Cheers, my horse. Love ya. No pedo.
No, I don't think so. Hello. Is my there's stream. Hello, stream. Stream is being a mate of mine and just sitting in to make sure I don't get lost in the source. Is that all good?
That's fine.
Yep, we'll wait a few more minutes for other people to show up.
So apparently this is a Senate mod call, Mali malware call. I have no idea what this is about. Who is Mali malware?
If they're able to make it.
Oh yeah.
We'll give it 5 just to be on the safe side.
Hello. I will drink coffee. Hello, Phineas.
She is ACC. Mali malware is an ACC artist. This is where they chew Lio out. Oh, let's go!
Wait, hi, Melly.
Instead of listening to some fucking boring ass call where they learn nothing and keep repeating the same fucking problems, now we have Lio being on the other foot. Let's go.
Many fall in the face
Thank
of
you,
chaos.
somebody.
Ping the other person who wanted it here.
There is so much dead air. Crystal, seriously. Cut out the dead air. Cut it out.
Hello, Sonny.
Many fall in the face of chaos.
Ollie and Ponder are buddy though. I don't know how much they're actually gonna do. I don't know.
Well, not this one. Not today.
Whoa! Happy birthday, Chris. Party face.
Oh my god, just
introduce myself. Hello, I'm Ephraim.
Hi, Ephraim.
Hi.
It's like a AA meeting. Just trying to figure out
Well,
who's here.
I was trying to introduce myself to the people who I haven't talked to before, but that isn't working.
See, for me, the only person here I think I've not talked to before is Water Dorito. Also, hi, Water Dorito. Hope you're having a lovely day. But Yi, I hope y'all are all doing well.
Yes, hello.
Is
I mean, that's actually not a bad idea for us to introduce like people who haven't met before.
oh my god. I wish.
Is my there's stream? Hello, stream. Stream is being a mate of mine and just sitting in.
God damn it!
Publicly, it's not appropriate. Obviously, there were the threats. There was talking about getting their family involved.
With you fully well knowing that I'm not here to do it, and I still.
Oh, I'm hearing argument. Finally!
So yeah, it's a beef thing.
All of
So it's
them.
not actually about helping a victim in that case. It's about airing out your grievance.
No, it can be both, because in one case, it's a grievance, in the other case, it's a victim.
And in both cases, you made the situation worse. So again, what's the end goal here?
I made it worse. How?
Really? Or you want me
Yeah,
to
really.
dissect? You want me to dissect how this was not a productive use of anyone's time and you just upset people? Because I don't particularly feel like that. Oh. No, you're fine, B. Is it? Do you
So
want
I'm
to
just
jump in on
supposed to take-
this, or is it
No.
you want to start your own thing? Okay, sorry, I just wanted to check.
Yeah, fuck the Sasu call. That shit is gay as fuck. Lio's still retarded. Sonny's retarded. Sasu's retarded. Like, everybody's fucking retarded.
So, do you want me to take everything you're saying
B is Ponder's real name. Okay.
as factual and that it should be my value? Is that what you're asking me to grant you on this?
I'm telling you my value. You can do whatever you want with it. I
Okay.
think this is what I think. I think what you're doing is damaging, and there's no reason for it. And I think you should stop. And I think that you should at
Why?
least consider that.
Well, I'll tell you that I have considered it, and I still am in some cases, but I do not.
I don't know how you're still considering it. You should just give up at this point. Your reputation is so ripped apart, Lio, that at no point, genuinely, at no point, are you going to be able to, like, come back from this. This is me being legit with this. You have done so much irreputable damage, and there's so much evidence of you being a massive douchebag. Even if you somehow, like, rebrand your channel, rebrand the name, rebrand everything, and try your hardest to fly under the radar in another community, you'll be found out eventually. It's like when Keffels tried doing the, where they tried pivoting to horror content. Once the Budar video dropped, I'm 90% sure that all fucking horror channels know who Keffels is now.
Understand it is something I've walked through with multiple people. Even had a call about it today with somebody.
Now, it's not to that level of viewership, obviously. It's still in the Glub Shitto area, which is myself and, like, commentary people that give a fuck to talk about this. But you have so much stuff that just compounds and makes you look like an asshole. You're not really getting away with it.
I barely even know who wanted to ask about it. I do not understand why everybody's upset, specifically about the Ren call, because we didn't hear this about the Sasu call. We certainly didn't hear this about the, what's his name? Rifleman J call.
I criticize you for the Sasu call, even though all parties are fucking retarded.
Okay, I can answer that really simply
Those are
because
the
most
ones we
people
talked
don't know about those calls, and because the ring call just happened after you supposedly were changing for the better. That's why people are talking about the ring call. It is the freshest in a
What?
line of fuck-ups.
What behavior was terrible in the Ren call?
Okay, fine, we'll play this game. It was misleading that you got ran into the call
Okay,
late where you did.
hold on. I'm not. One moment. I'm not playing a game, Mally. I'm actually asking you questions. If you think I'm playing a game, you don't have to be here. Having you in.
You're genuinely playing a game. Stop it. That's literally what you do. Anytime somebody asks you a question, you would turn around and go, well, how was it bad? You know what you did. Now, yes, can you turn around and think, man, I feel like I didn't do anything wrong with that. That's maybe a better statement than you trying to flip the question, to flip it back on them and go, well, what did I do wrong? No. Say, well, I feel like I've done nothing really that bad in this. Can I know your perspective? What do you think, at the end of the day, That was bad. But the thing is the way you do it and the way that you say it in this manner makes you come across like a dickhead. All you have to do is say, man, I don't believe I did anything wrong here. If you don't even extrapolate past that, it's up to that person to actually prove and explain why instead of you trying to cause a fight. Your issue is you always cause a fight with your fucking questions.
Here because I want to hear what you have to say. But if you're going to sit here and tell me that I'm playing games with you and I'm asking basic questions with you fully well knowing that I'm not here to dick around, I don't appreciate that.
Okay, I disagree. I still think you're playing a game with this because I feel you already know the answer to these questions and you're just trying to make me outline them to you so you can catch me out in something. Maybe.
Oh! That was good. That was good on that other person. It's like, yeah, no, I genuinely believe you're still playing a fucking game. You know why people don't like the Rin call. You know the criticisms. You should be aware of the criticism. Damn!
Maybe that's not the case. Maybe it's not intentional. That is how it comes across to me. But do you want me to outline it, or are you happy to drop that line of thought?
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Outline it, please.
Okay. So obviously it was dishonest the way that you originally got them into the call. They weren't supposed to be here for you to air out your grievances with them. You told them they were going to be airing it out with someone else, and then at the end you tacked on your own problems. That was inappropriate. You basically lured someone in, and then...
Did Lio do something evil, or is he just a weirdo? A weirdo that adopts weirdos on the internet who are suicidal. Essentially just ran defense for Hopeless Peaches in the worst manners possible, was abused by Hopeless Peaches. I'm putting it in air quotes because I think Discord abuse is like, wow, somebody told you that they were going to off themselves. Okay. That's not your problem. What else? They've had multiple calls with people where they're just bullying people with mental disabilities or like whatever. I'm not going to be a dick about it because I just shit on people all day. But like it came across as completely fucking malicious. The Discord drama with like doxing and contacting parents of kids and trying to get a hold of parents' kids to yell at them. It's just some weird shit, Meower. I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm just going to call you Meow. Meow? Whatever.
Violate them.
I'm so bad at names, dude. Don't take it personal.
And given Rin's crimes in these instances were personal to you, doing that publicly, it's not appropriate. Obviously, there were the threats. There was talking about getting their family involved. Kind of just stuff we've seen before. Yeah, so I feel...
Where does that... I never threatened them. Where does that come from?
You say that you're going to get their parents involved. At one point, you literally almost set up a nature cam to document a rape. Like, what are you talking about? They were fine. Kind of sucks what happened. I don't know, man. There's so much more that you got to learn. Just start watching all of like Kumo, Beckett of Crabs live streams, Gilded Poo videos, endless stuff. You'll basically get a gist. Me, I'm a surface level guy on this. I am not important to the story. I'm just here to laugh at retards. That is the extent of what I do here.
Okay, I mean, obviously there's the threats of the family, getting them involved.
I didn't make any threats with the family. The only time I mentioned the family was to point out their inconsistent values concerning their father and the friends they have online concerning their public values. And I told them in no uncertain terms, I don't want to isolate you and I don't want to harm you. And if I had wanted that, I had avenues to do it. My point was, I'm not that person and I'm not going to do that. How is that a...
But you brought it up. You're like, I have avenues to contact your family and do these things. Like, does that not come across as like a potential threat? Am I crazy? Hey, I have a problem with you. I don't want to do these things, but I have information on you that I can do these things. In my opinion, that sounds like a threat. That sounds like you're dangling their information over their head to make them scared of you. That's what it sounds like.
Threat.
Perfectly honest, that is not what I remember of that call, and I would have to, again, get the quotes out, which I don't particularly want to do, because, again, that call has been gone over ad nauseum by so many people, and we're just rehashing old territory. I mean, Lio, do you... I guess, core question, do you disagree that you make threats towards people and that you gather docs information or say you're going to reach out to people's families?
It's not something I've done in quite some time. I have done it in the past, but I didn't do it to Rin.
Quite some time.
This.
I've done it in the past, but I didn't do it directly to Rin. Okay? But I have collected people's information at one point, and contacted parents, and collected docs information. I did do that at one point. How does that make you sound better? Makes you sound like a fucking schizophrenic. Why would you even do that?
That's quite some time because I haven't had to deal with that.
I genuinely, like, I agree, Mr. Gamer. It kind of feels like blackmail. It kind of feels like blackmail.
Level of nonsense because I've had enough of dealing with child predators and other types of things that have constantly ruined my health.
That's on you for getting involved in this shit. Like, my mental health is bad because I kept dealing with predators online. Okay? If it was bad for your mental health, like, stop doing it. Stop getting in calls with people. Stop having these Discord hug box sessions with people. Stop all this. Stop it. Stop all of it. Like, literally, just stop it.
Mental health, my physical health, how I treat people, yeah, quite some time.
Okay,
Now,
and you don't think that saying you could do something isn't implied threats?
No,
you
I
think
don't.
Pointing
because
out to a vulnerable, you don't think pointing out to a vulnerable person, I could do this to you, I could hurt you in this way, is not a fucked up thing to do?
No, because I'm trying to explain to them that I don't do that, and they're not in any sort.
But you said that you could. That person in the moment's gonna think, "Oh fuck, this guy's got my info," or he's gonna go get my info. When you have a reputation of doing that to people, do you understand why that person maybe would construe that as a threat?
Of danger about it.
At best, you're just handling that really poorly. At worst, you're being.
Molly's got a point. That's a point right there. It's like that's a good point, actually. I'm not gonna lie. Just handling it poorly. Like, at best, you handled it poorly. At worst, you genuinely threatened somebody. Both of these things are not good.
It's honest. I don't know which it is. Either way, it's inappropriate, and you shouldn't be doing that.
How is it inappropriate to let somebody who's vulnerable know that they're not going to get hurt?
It's the way in which you imply it. It comes across as a threat, even if you don't mean for it to.
In fairness, if the person doesn't trust you, denoting the terrible things that you could do to them, if they don't trust you not to do it, it would just open up their mind to the notion of, like, he can do all of these terrible things. What if he does at some point? And we have had instances where people have specified that they don't really trust you and that they're scared of you.
Bryn is an individual would not only stalk and harass people like you, as you know, Ponder, but also had no problem using a platform that was supposed to be about victims to call me an abuser and to hash out personal beef with other SCC people. If they're able to do this publicly, why can they not be held accountable publicly?
Okay, I would like to point out, I know very, very little about Rin. The extent of my knowledge of the quote-unquote stalking was from, like, the 20 minutes I joined in at the end of the call. So...
Well, I apologize, and I thought you were more up-to-date on that.
Yeah.
That's my bad.
And of course, Rin is...
Yeah, that doesn't really change much. Yes, was this person a weirdo? Sure, I guess. I don't know much about Rin. Right, it seems like every single person that you are in a call with sucks, but you operate in the worst ways imaginable with these people who are in the call that sucks.
Just a recent example. We're talking about this as a whole.
Okay, so you're talking about the entirety of things, not just the recent stuff. Okay, that gives me a little bit more context of your point here.
Yeah, specifically on...
How mid you think Acolyte gonna be tonight? It's gonna be shit. Genuinely. I have, like, no hope in Disney productions anymore, or like Star Wars productions. I think that they're all just collectively shit at this point. I've been like burned too many times with Star Wars shows and movies to like actually find enjoyment in them anymore. Seriously, I've just been burned too many times.
Talking about the existence of Cat Slayer and Discords like it, I think they're a bad idea, and I think you should stop.
Okay, why do you think they're a bad idea?
Weren't I huffing Kenobi copium? I think it's initially I was huffing that copium, and then I slowly started to realize that Kenobi was not a good show. I had to like come to grips with it. It was a nostalgia bait. It got me for a few weeks, and then I realized that I got caught up in nostalgia. Stop interviewing me, Pro Casual. I know who you are. Like, genuinely, we've been friends for a long time, but, like, you're grilling me, bro.
Damaging vulnerable people.
You're
making a spectacle of it. This is essentially... Okay, this is a blood sports content farm, and I don't know if people here are aware of that. Some of them probably are. There are some people on your mod team I'm very fond of that I have great respect for. I believe they're trying to do their best. There are probably some people who are just here for the fun of it. And I don't mind that. If you want to do blood sports, fine. But stop dressing it up in the language of we're here to help. Because it doesn't help. This is entertainment at best.
This isn't blood sports.
Yes, it is! What are you talking about? All of said it was blood sports. All of these calls that you had and recorded and made content off of is blood sports. Very bad blood sports. Terrible blood sports. Boring blood sports. But blood sports nonetheless. That is what are you talking about? This is like if Tonka Saw had severe autism level blood sports. Like, it is. It's blood sports. Why do you think Beckett likes this shit so much?
What's the difference? What's the difference between blood sports and this?
Intensity, verbiage, and the actions taken. So
Verbiage, yeah. You don't call each other slurs. Wow. Such a difference. Such a difference. You don't call each other slurs, so it's not really blood sports. Oh, God. Please have mercy on my soul, dude. Have mercy on my soul. These people are stupid as shit.
Say I put vulnerable people in problem here. You're talking about the whole in some cases, I'm sure I have, without question.
Wait.
What's the difference? What's the difference between blood sports and this?
Intensity, verbiage, and the actions taken. So you say I put vulnerable people in problem here. You're talking about the whole in some cases, I'm sure I have, without question.
You have.
But my question to you, Mally, is if you don't tackle the people who are causing problems, then what happens then?
You are just not the person to tackle these problems. For example...
Woohoo! Okay. Mally just fucking cooked right there. Mally just cooked. That was a banger line. Lio, well, if there's problems, what do? If there's problems, you're not the one to handle it then. You're not the one. If there's a problem, you should not be involved.
If you said to someone, oh, if people don't tackle crime, how do we stop criminals? Great, I'm not a police officer. I'm not qualified. You're not qualified for this. And you've proven through like 2 years of build-up that you're not qualified to do this and that you're doing harm. So you specifically should stop.
Yes!
Doing harm. Okay.
Oh, he did not like that. You are doing harm. Do you not believe that? Do you not believe it like some degree that you are not... Do you actually believe that you are not doing harm? With like all these stupid fucking calls? You're harming the people in these calls, like just psychologically, I guess, not physically, but like you're all just retarded. So like, do you not believe that you are not a nuisance yourself? Do you really believe that you're better than these fucking mentally ill people that you bring into calls? He definitely does. He genuinely believes he's better than these mentally ill people that he brings into calls. That's crazy. He's just as bad as all these people almost. He's not stalking people or like sexually harassing people, but he's just as fucking annoying.
So here's my question for you. Now you're going to think this is pedantic and it's not my intention to be so. I'm asking because I'm trying to understand. No matter who it is, no matter what they do, they're going to do harm. So is there a ratio here? What are we talking about?
You're going to have to, ratio?
Okay, so anybody in any line of work is going to do good work and they're going to do bad work. So in situations like this, like there's plenty of people I have helped, plenty of people that I have gone to bat for.
Oh no. He's like, well, I've done good things, a handful of times. Does that just mean that like I can't do anything good after doing all this bad stuff? Dude, the bad stuff is so compounded, it overloads the good stuff. It does. It genuinely does. It compounds so much to the point where the good stuff is overridden by the bad stuff. You are incapable throughout multiple different instances of what should be basic common sense. You have fucked up. You genuinely have overshadowed all the good that you have done. You've done it. Good job.
Plenty of vulnerable people that I have protected and I have tried to make sure are going to be okay. So my question to you is, the previous bad behavior that I'm working on actively, like, does that 100% just count against anything else I've done?
Okay, if you are working on that, on said bad behavior, Lio, like genuinely, if you're working on said bad behavior, stop getting in these calls. Don't do the Rin call. Don't do the Sasu calls. Don't do the fucking Rosa calls. Stop being engaged with your community. Just delete Discord. Have someone else run a fan Discord and do not be involved. That shows real growth. That shows real growth, dude. You like the blood sports. You like the attention. You like being the savior. That's why you're still in these things. You have not grown.
Is that just to be?
So
I'm not saying this to be pedantic. I'm trying to understand.
You're essentially asking me if the good times negate the bad times.
Not really negate. More of like, I'm having a hard time articulating this, so I apologize.
You are definitely trying to go to the negate route. Listen, I did all these good things. Does that mean that I can't do? Does that mean because I did bad things that I can't keep doing good things? No, you're done. It's over, kid. It's over. It's over. It's over, kid. It's over. Your life as a commentary predator hunter art commentary channel is done. It's over. There's nothing about this that is good for you.
My question is, like, if most of the stuff I've done has been good and a bit of it's been bad, then why do I need to step away from it completely?
Ohio Skibbity Riz? Wait, what?
Like, I'm having a hard time articulating this, so I apologize. But my question is, like, if most of the stuff I've done has been good and a bit of it's been bad, then why do I need to step away from it completely?
Lio, the bad stuff is, like, really, like, way stronger than the good stuff. It's way stronger. That's like saying, how do I word this properly without using, like, a really fucked up analogy here? Okay. That's like saying I've done a bunch of charities in my life. A lot of charities. But, you know, I embezzled some money out of that charity that one time. Does that mean I can't do charity? Why can't I do charities anymore? I did donate a lot of money to people. Are you telling me I can't continue doing charities? Why? I only embezzled that, 3 times. What do you mean? What do you mean? I only pocketed the cash like 3 times. Like, but I did like 100 charities.
I would. Sorry.
Hold on, Cat. Let me talk to Mally about this, please.
Okay. I would disagree. I think the bad far outweighs the good in this instance.
Yes!
Because the bad's being covered the most?
Yes.
Oh my god. Lio's just like, well, it's because all the bad stuff's getting negative attention? No shit. But that's not it. The amount of times that you have done bad has compounded to be worse and more engaging and more interesting and more based around the actual character of who you are than the good stuff at this point. You could turn around and say, I slapped a shotgun out of the mouth of somebody who was about to kill themselves, and people are still going to remember you as the guy who screamed at a mentally disabled woman, who continued a 4-hour call against a mentally ill person. Like, you literally could show me a video of you going, slap, get that shotgun out of your mouth. But that doesn't change the actions, the bad actions that you have done. Like, I'm sorry.
Of course it is.
Just don't do this content anymore.
Maybe it's a severity issue you're not understanding here. If I run a pregnant mother over with my car, but I do good deeds the rest of the year, should I still get back behind the wheel of that car? Like...
No, because you're severely injured, physically, possibly killing or deforming a pregnant woman.
Oh my god.
Yes, that is how an analogy works.
That is a very hyperbolic analogy. I'll say that.
Works. You understand the point of the analogy?
I understand the point, but the severity I don't quite understand.
It's an extreme.
But
we're taking this to its extreme.
Okay.
That's what that is.
Okay.
It's the same concept, but blown up on a larger scale. And again, the reason that you should not be the person to do this is you've proven that you're not the appropriate person to do this. Personally, I don't think Discords like this ever work. I think this entire concept is inherently flawed, because if you were doing conflict resolution, it would be in private. It would not be in front of a gallery. Like, let's be honest, Lio, you and I both know that when you actually want to resolve conflict, you get people into private calls that don't see the light of day. I think that's when you're actually resolving conflict.
No, that's actually not true. Flatly, and you wouldn't know.
Well, I mean,
you wouldn't have a clue.
If you're saying that you resolve conflict publicly, then I would know.
No, because not every call we have goes out, Mally. That's my point. Do you really think I release every single call we have? Yeah, it's in the server. It's a public server.
Alright, I'll take your word for that. I couldn't possibly know either way.
You don't need to take my word for it. I can show you the file size.
Yeah.
But you're telling me that you still do public... Wait, what? Hold on. Wait a minute.
I think that's when you actually resolve conflict.
No, that's actually not true. flatly, and you wouldn't know.
Well, I mean,
You wouldn't have a clue.
if you're saying that you resolve conflict publicly, then I would know.
No, because not every call we have goes out, Mally.
Goes out on a YouTube channel? So when I hear the words go out, I'm hearing that goes like public, like on a YouTube channel. Does it still happen in the Senate Discord or the Cat Layer Discord? Maybe it's just my interpretation of hearing goes public and that it gets posted online or something. Maybe that's where I'm getting it from. And he's not talking about still having these kinds of public Discord calls.
That's my point. Do you really think I release every single call we have? Yeah, it's in the server. It's a public server.
All right, I'll take your word for that. I couldn't possibly know either way.
You don't need to take my word for it. I can show you the file size.
Yeah, he is telling the truth on that. Not all calls go out.
Okay.
But do the calls still happen publicly in that call for people to listen to? That's still bad. Maybe I'm reading too much into that.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I've still just made my point clear. It doesn't really change anything on my front.
Well, then my question to you, Mally, is if servers like this never really work, what do you think does?
Block, mute, move on, make a video on that person, and then never speak of them again. If there is a crime being committed, tell that person to go to the police if they're a victim of it, no matter what. Therapy.
Lio bullies people with Down
like,
syndrome
there's a
to
lot
feel
of things.
Powerful while virtue signaling to look good.
There's a lot of things
So
that you could
happens
do.
Some of them are interested in kids.
Jesus, somebody. Oh, God.
Personal conversations between people. Actual conflict
So if
resolution.
we're
Every conflict that I am aware of
Okay.
that you have resolved between people has not taken place in one of these discords.
It has, but let's go ahead and grant you that just for the sake of argumentation here.
Okay.
No, I'm literally granting you that, Mally. I disagree, but I'm granting you for the sake of argumentation. Not every call is going to be about conflict resolution. Sometimes you just have to grab somebody who's being horrific and deal with them.
It's a Discord call. You're not going to do it. It's not going to change anything. What are you talking about? Yes, sometimes if somebody is a total monster in the real world, a Discord call will change. Will make the difference. That's what I just took away from this. Are you retarded? A Discord call. So exactly what Lavender said in chat. So conflict resolution. Or let's say getting into conflict over a Discord call. Yeah, this internet comment will show him. Yeah, this Discord call and the live chat going L or W is really going to change this person for the better.
And if we don't do it like that, how do you recommend doing it? Because you know just as well as everybody else that blocking doesn't always fix it. It certainly doesn't. So what do you...
Dude, it doesn't. There's nothing you can do about that. Once you block them, if they have a circumvent, just block them again. Just keep going. Just keep ignoring them. And if you get tired of blocking them, mute them. If it's on Twitter, just mute them and you never see it again. Never. And they have no idea that you don't see it. It's actually really useful.
Recommend.
Again, I could be very wrong. One of these discords might work. I don't think they do. They might. I don't know. I don't live in that.
They don't work. They don't work. Discords do not work. Discord calls don't work. Trauma dumping the people on Discord doesn't work. None of that shit works.
Hypothetical universe. That's not my point. My point is that you shouldn't be doing this because you can't really seem to what's the right wording here? You have a track record of not being able to differentiate who is one of those terrible people you need to grab by the throat and who is a vulnerable person you shouldn't be doing this to.
True.
So for the sake of clarity here, so I can understand you, you think Rin's on the latter end of that, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So I'm going to pick your brain on that if that's okay. If not, that's fine, but I'm trying to understand here.
If it's relevant, then sure.
Here's where
Also,
I struggle.
Sorry, I do want to. Sorry, Big Cat wanted to pick a flaw in the logic from the previous point. So before you go forward, I do want to throw it to them real quick.
Okay, so to best explain everything with if you're trying to focus strictly on the negatives, are you familiar with manufacturing having a failure and a success rate?
People are not manufacturing tools, so I
Answer the
understand where you're
question.
going with. I understand where you're going with this. I don't think it's relevant
No,
anymore. It's basically
Big
the
Cat,
same
don't
argument.
be a dick to Mally. You don't have to be a dick to Mally. They haven't done anything wrong. So please don't. Mally isn't... Hold on, Chris. I need to make this clear. Mally isn't some deranged lunatic or some unhinged scumbag that's coming in here to argue just because they're mad for no reason. Mally came in here, and I'm hoping, and, well, knowing Mally probably isn't 100% good faith, we don't need to be so directly answer the question. It's not necessary. That level of aggression isn't needed here.
I have a really quick question before we move on. Did you watch, Mally, did you watch the Satsu call?
You're gonna have to be more specific because I've seen like
The latest Sasu call, the one that happened maybe in the last month.
Yeah, isn't Rin like? Wait, I remember Rin now. It took me a minute. Rin's the one that he said that he's gonna get like their conservative dad who hates gay people to know about them, and they had to hide in their closet so that their parents wouldn't like her dad wouldn't hear them in their closet because they were banned from Discord. That was another pathetic call that was unnecessary. That person is vulnerable. 100%. They're in a very dangerous situation with their family, according to everybody. And you guys got them in a call to argue about shit. Like, what?
Might have, but I've kind of reached my saturation limit with a lot of this.
Wait, what? I just realized what Lio was about to do. He's like, how is this Rid person vulnerable? You know, their dad hates them for who they are. She had to hide in a closet so that she isn't, like, shipped off to, like, another place and kicked out of her home and made homeless. Like,
And the Sasu call didn't reach my important level. I vaguely remember Sasu, but I couldn't at all sit here and tell you in detail what happened in that call.
So what I was getting at, though, is that if you're focusing on the negatives, generally when it comes to any kind of negative, so it's like, what's usually the kind of the news that usually gets talked about? It's usually the negatives. You don't typically hear about the positives.
people do hear about the positives because you've made videos about those. And you've gotten hundreds of thousands of views off of doing the positive things. That's fucking retarded.
Just because it's the bad calls that get going out the most doesn't mean that a lot of good is being done.
Yeah, we already kind of covered that argument. That's the good versus the bad argument again, just with the industrial coat of paint. I guess if you want to talk more, I guess, hard numbers or that kind of thing, you could look at police conduct. I'm sure there's lots of police officers that do wonderful work all the time, but then they beat someone who didn't deserve to be beat, and now they're fired, and they should be. And I think that's applicable here. You can do a lot of good work, but once you've proven that you're not the appropriate person to be in a position of power, you should no longer be in that position of power.
That's a good point. That's a good point. That is a good point.
All right.
There's a point I want to stand on because it was bugging me. Because again, I'll be voicing my opinions on the Ven call. As I said to you in private, Lio, I didn't like how things were conducted, but I didn't have the words at the time. Because when I was in therapy, when I was in care, I did what you've done in this call and explaining it, saying I could have done this, I could have done that, but I don't have to, I don't want to. These are known as where is it? As veiled threats or implied threats. This involves making statements that indirectly suggest potential negative consequences without explicitly stating that as a clear threat. This is when a person says, quote, I could this, or I don't want to, but I could, in order to create a sense of fear or unease in the other person. They're hinting at the ability and or willingness to do something harmful while maintaining the plausible deniability since they haven't made a direct threat. Veiled threats are a form of emotional manipulation and abuse, and the goal could be to control.
Everyone just reads fucking Webster's Dictionary. Oh my god. Everybody just reads Webster Dictionary and they have to read direct definitions instead of just the understanding that, hey, if you say, I used to get people's information, I could do the same to you, but I'm not going to, is a veiled threat. It's like, it's literally the easiest shit.
Other person through fear and intimidation.
Like, you didn't have to do this entire Webster's Dictionary bullshit.
Creating a whole scenario of what they could do without clearly crossing the line into threats. This could make a victim feel scared of what could happen if they mess with you anymore. So those are, even if you didn't directly say them, they are still threats.
Wouldn't threat come down to intent, though?
That would be perceived by people. So while you might not have intended it, the people can still perceive it as them.
Okay, so, and just to pick your brain on this, how exactly should I have gone about voicing to Rin the fact that I wouldn't do something like that then? What type of comfort could I even give someone like that?
You don't get into a call with them. You don't bring them into a call to berate them. You don't bring them in a call to have blood sports with another person. You don't do it. It's that easy.
Say not to mention it because it's the idea of...
Yeah, and also don't mention the fact that you could get in contact with their father who hates gay people. Or that they shouldn't be on Discord.
Like, there's many things I could do, what I would never even dream of doing. It's just like, why would I need to say it if the thought didn't even cross my mind? Because Vin has an incredibly terrifying living position. And if... I'm trying to think of how it could be phrased. I'm going to use a quite dramatic example. It's like, let's just say me and Peaches, well and good.
Lio exploiting the socio-political rifts BTWN individuals and their parents. especially the pride flag stuff, in order to divide/anger the parents against kids is quite disgusting. Some Machiavellian shit.
Yeah, I just see, at the end of the day, it's just, if we don't even want to call it evil, right? It's just incredibly unnecessary. Do I believe it's a tactic so that he could feel bigger compared to these people? Absolutely. I genuinely believe that he thinks I think he gets a kick out of that. I think he gets a kick out of feeling like he's bigger, or that he is more responsible than these people, which normally half of these people are fucking insane, and I gotta give Lio that one. He's dealing with complete insane people that should not be on the internet. But it's also on Lio to not engage with these people and do thinly veiled potential threats to them.
It's obvious that we're not. But it's like, oh, Lio, I could forward all of this to Peaches. I could do this if I really wanted to, but I'm not going to because, you know, I'm not like that. But if I wanted to, I could do that. That kind of idea. It elicits the fear of me getting in contact with someone who has hurt you in your life and implying if I mess with Crystal, that could happen.
I wouldn't have even read that as a threat, Crystal, because we've had conversations similar to that.
Yeah.
So I don't read that as a threat.
But
Go ahead, Mally.
Yeah.
Normal people would read that as a threat.
Yeah, you asked how would you navigate saying that to someone who's vulnerable. There's kind of two quick and easy ways. A, don't bring it up. Like, if they haven't brought up the idea that you could do this to them, you should not bring it up to them, because then you're putting it on the table as a possibility that might not have even crossed their mind, and it's, I hate to use the word, suspicious to even bring it up if no one else had, because why is that on your brain? And then if they bring it up because...
That is... Damn, Mally's just cooking them. That's literally what I've been thinking this entire time. It's just like, why even bring it up in the first place?
That's something they're paranoid about. You simply say, I would never do that. You don't say, I could do this terrible thing, but I won't. So, for future reference, that's your answer.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I know sometimes it's a bit getting into the weeds, but sometimes I do just need to be walked through these things.
All right. Well, I should probably wrap
I
up.
have no idea how you don't have any sort of understanding. I don't get how you, as a grown-ass man, aren't able to parse that out immediately.
From outer space.
I don't get how you can't parse that out immediately. I don't get that. You're a grown-ass man and you can't, like, have basic, like, basic common sense?
Because I think I've made my point as succinctly as I can. And if we're talking about walking you to the point, I will put as fine a point on this as possible. You should delete this Discord. You should stop doing this. And if you can be helpful once you sort your shit out, fine. But you haven't had any time away to change anything. And the problems are continuing.
Okay.
So that's my value on that. You should stop.
Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and respond to that if that's okay.
Yeah, and then I want to say one final thing to kind of your mod team, and then I'll be done.
Okay. I am going to take what you say under serious counsel here, because I'm not even going to pretend like some of the stuff doesn't even just wear on me as a person. For example, for the past 3 days, I've been in and out of multiple calls. I currently have people blaming me for Susie leaving, of all things in the world. Okay.
Susie's a freak. Fuck Doodle Tones. I'm glad they're gone. I'm glad there's nothing left of that crater of a channel.
And it does get exhausting after a while. So as far as deleting the Discord, no, because it's just a community Discord. If I stop doing anything like that here, we can just talk about nerd stuff. That's fine.
No, delete the Discord. You need to delete Discord. In general, you need to leave Discord. I don't care if you continue to upload Gundam building videos for the rest of your life. Stop engaging on Discord. The reason for that is because you will just fall back into your old habits. I guarantee it. I guarantee you'll fall back into your old habits like you did with the Sasu stuff, even though Sasu is definitely fucking crazy. You'll still engage with these people that are unnecessary to engage with.
As far as Rin goes, what I really don't understand, I mean genuinely don't, is I know that some people are on the spectrum. I actually did a straw poll about it today. 80% of people in the server are on the spectrum.
80% of people of my server are on the spectrum. Yeah, no shit. I'm surprised it's not higher. It should be like 95%. Some people lied in that poll. Some people lied in that poll. They did. They're lying. It's about 95 to 99%. I do not believe for a goddamn second that 80% is the only number.
So I can understand trying to make proper accommodations for that, but things Rin did in...
How do you make accommodations for like special needs people in a Discord? How do you do that? Do you like bubble wrap stuff? Like, how does that work? We're going to make accommodations for the autistic people now. So you're telling me you're going to coddle autistic people in the Discord. You're going to be like, oh, Well, I know there's a lot of autistic people here, so we have to be very, very nice to all people in the Discord. Listen, you can't say anything too mean or triggering in the group chats. Anything in general chat that is really, really mean, you can't say that. Like,
public. I don't understand why that can't be addressed in public. I genuinely don't.
Alright, I can kind of answer that. You brought them into your home turf under false pretenses and jumped to them with a conversation they weren't prepared for. It was
fair.
inappropriate.
Fair. They were supposed to talk to the other person. They weren't supposed to talk to Lio. They were supposed to talk to the other person. That's a good point.
Okay, I don't think I did under false pretenses. I think I didn't communicate.
Yes, you did! Wait a minute. Where are we at? 37. We're at 3704. I'm pretty sure Crystal shows the fucking DMs.
Everyone hear me alright?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
Everyone hear me alright?
Yep.
Nope. There's a point in this. Hold on.
Goodbye to your girlfriend, Doodleton.
Give me this. Give me this call.
First. All right. So, want to make. I know you are doing your best.
Yo, hi. Question: are you still in contact with Rin? Yes. I mean, we talk regularly.
Make sure you are not being hurt. Maybe a problem with somebody.
Fair enough. Thank you. Rin seems to be up for it. Only on it all, even the best. Guess we'll wait till then. Wasn't there a DM in particular where he's like, no yelling, no confrontation, nothing like that? I think Nani sent it to me.
Okay, I don't think I did.
Nani, I swear to God, you sent me that DM before where he like said, "Oh, we won't confront you, no fight, no this, no that," and it was a total lie. Like it literally ended up being that.
Under false pretenses, I think I didn't communicate fully. I didn't have any intention of deception there, but I can understand where you'd get that from or why you believe that, especially in the past. So I will take that on the chin and I'll accept that.
I can actually clarify that. I saw the conversation, I can't remember who it was with, but you were discussing with the person about what the call would be.
Yeah, he promised no yelling or threats. I remember that. I remember that distinctly. That's what made me angry about the Rin call in the first place. Is that he straight up just like thinly veiled, oh, well, I'm not really going to do that, but ended up doing it anyways.
That it would just be Rin and I think Yoon talking. If Rin is unaware of how gallery calls are conducted, if they're unaware that there are other people looking at the calls and like mods that can sit in and interject at different points, that is presenting the call under false pretenses.
Doodle Tones is lurking in my chat right now. Hey, Doodle! Stay away. Enjoy your diaper fetish roleplay by yourself, you freak. Enjoy!
Rin did know. Rin was in Senate in 2022. Rin had taken place in gallery calls and Rin had been participating in them.
But did Rin know that this would be a gallery call and that gallery calls continued in Catslayer?
I'm pretty sure they did. The main person I communicate with, there was slightly some with Frisk, and this may be one of the reasons why things were a bit confusing. But with Frisk and with...
I don't respect you, Doodle. Mediker was right about you. Mediker W!
Neurofunk, who was their +1 in the call.
Alright, you good with that, Bakes? I kind of, alright, I have, I guess, one last thing I can bring up and then I'll be done. Other than what I want to say to the mods. Alright, so you mentioned earlier in this call, like, you said it yourself, that you've caused pain to others through your actions. So can you elaborate on what the harmful impacts resulted from your past conduct were? Like, you admit that you've hurt people, but you haven't actually articulated how, and then why should the community trust you to lead, you know, responsibly on sensitive conflict resolution at that point?
Okay, do we talk about the community as a whole or just the individuals I talked to in calls?
I
or,
do both.
Or all.
Do both.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Now, I addressed some of this in the video. I can't remember everything I talked about. It was 4 hours long. So the rundown I have here is there are people who have been neurotypical. The community that I think Mally's referring to specifically is commentary. Okay, so there have been neurodivergent people that I have treated horrifically, improperly, and unproductively, such as Rosa, such as Jax, such as... Shoot, I can't remember every single name, but I do know.
I feel like that's a problem if you've gotten in a lot of calls with like mentally ill or like mentally disabled people and you just treated them like shit. There's too many to count. Like, I feel like that's a problem. I feel like that's a problem, dude. I feel like that's a problem.
I know that sometimes trying to get through to them frustrates me, and that tends to pick things up a little bit more. Okay, so you're talking about my community specifically? I thought you were talking about the Browder community. That's why I'm a little confused. Okay.
Okay, my bad.
It's okay. Okay, that actually makes it a little easier, so I appreciate that. My community specifically, I feel that part of them may feel a bit deceived that I'm not what I am. or that I wasn't what I seemed to be. That was never my intent to deceive them into thinking that. There were people who used to take a lot of comfort from what I did who no longer do now, and I'm trying to regain that trust, not specifically to gain any sort of like notoriety, but just because I do feel that I have that responsibility.
Oh god. I'm not trying to gain notoriety. I'm just trying to win back internet points. Like, who gives a shit what these people think, man? Why do you care what I think? Why do you care what half of these people think? You got caught being a douchebag, a hypocritical douchebag. And that's all it is. Why do you need to, like, do this additional shit?
I have hurt them in the sense that I have used awful language and I've done awful tactics in order to get resolutions from people that I really didn't even need to. A good example would be Jax, and for the record, he and I have come to a conversation about it. He just doesn't want to be mentioned going forward, so I'd appreciate if you keep that under...
Why did you bring him up then?
...your own hat. There have been people who have cared about what I do that I pushed aside. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little hung up here. I'm trying to gather my thoughts, so please just be patient. It's not easy. There are people who used to trust me, and now they don't, because I've proven in some cases that it was misplaced, or that I was too hot-headed for things. That's why I was in therapy, and I'm trying to get back in. It's also why I'm on medication. I want people to...
He's on medication now! Does the medication... Wait. The medication should, hopefully, the meds that you were taking makes you delete Discord. He's on meds now, guys. Guys, we have to stop being mean. He's on meds. He's on meds. Guys, come on. Chat. We can't make fun of people on meds. What the fuck?
Be comfortable.
I'm on meds. I'm trying to still win internet points, and I'm still on Discord consistently. He's taking his normal pills. Yeah, Lio, I have a song that you should definitely listen to. It's by the greatest content creator of all time, better known as Dream. He made a song I think that you would really, really enjoy.
Properly, people have been through horrible things, and that's why the server isn't supposed to operate like Senate, and its rules are stricter in those type of ways, and we try to actually make things resolved if we can. The most harm I've done, I think, is to people who are on the spectrum, who, even though that may not be the case now, and I don't just mean to trust, but like who looked at me as a
Play that as the outro song, yeah.
Typical individual who treated them properly, and to see that in some cases I didn't, and that does bother me. I lose sleep over that because I don't want to harm innocent people. I never did.
I lose sleep over Discord calls. You're shitting me. He did not just say that. I lose sleep over Discord calls that I've done. Oh god, make sure to like this stream. There's almost 300 people here. We only have 94 likes. The hell are you people doing?
But I did anyway. I've harmed friendships I've made. I've harmed people that didn't deserve it. And I'm not just being vague. I know that I've done damage to you and your friends, Mally. I've also done damage to people that were close to me, like Monstrous here, who I completely shut off because of Peaches and other people. Primarily Peaches. I want to help people, and I can give my reason for that, if that's even relative in your mindset, but I want people to be comfortable. I want people to know that they're going to be safe here. I don't want them to think they're going to be a target like they were in Senate, or like they're just one screw-up away from being pulled in and shouted at. That's why when we do gallery calls, we don't even do it in the way we used to. I am trying my best to...
Just stop gallery calls in general. Done. Don't let that happen. Don't let that happen. Because that's blood sports. That's blood sports.
This behavior is just really rough right now.
Okay, so you're cognizant of the damage that you've done, and you say that you want to help people. That's wonderful. I think most people want to help other people. I think that you should very deeply consider why you're still running these discords when they cause harm to people, when you want to help people.
Because I think it's a matter of how I do it, as opposed to just the fact that I'm the one doing it.
What do? You put together a Discord call and have a bunch of retards look at another retard, getting yelled at by another group of retards. How is that conducive? How is that helpful to anybody? It isn't. It's literally not. Like,
you're gonna have to expand on how those things.
What am I still doing live? I don't know.
Okay. Give me a moment. I'm trying to think of the right comparison here.
All right, maybe a case study will help. All right, so one of the worst instances of this kind of mess up would be Jibs. Do you want to maybe elaborate on that?
Can we not talk about Jibs?
Jibs isn't
Well,
here,
I'm
though. I
sorry.
feel that would be extremely unfair. Hold on. I think it would be extremely unfair to Jibs, because Jibs is on my staff.
Yeah, this is literally just a fireside chat. Buddy got new monitors, don't want to turn them off. True, these things are awesome. I wish I could show you like how fucking big these monitors are. This thing is sick. These two monitors are fucking awesome.
I think it would be unfair to talk about Jib's situation when they're capable and...
I was supposed to be playing Destiny 2 right now. I thought I gave it up, but it dragged me back in with the new expansion. I was supposed to be doing that an hour ago. But I can't help myself. This rabbit hole's too deep.
On my staff, and they're not hearing the call.
Stream or I'll embarrass you in front of 100 people and call your mom.
True, somebody will do that. No, I'm kidding, please.
Thank you.
And for the record, I'm not. Okay. I'm not. Here's what I'm not doing. Like, period. There are a couple things that I'm still somewhat tied to that I'll be working on. But as far as ongoing predator hunting, I haven't done that in a year. I'm not dealing directly with victims like that, especially if they're minors at all. Period. I'm not gonna sit here and make excuses for how I treated.
No, Squatchin, I haven't touched it yet. I've been live streaming this whole fucking time.
It was awful, and I'm not gonna back away from that. I've had a few talks with Jibs about that, but one criticism that was given to me that even though I think Stardust can be a bit of a pain in the butt, or was it Stardust? Monsters, was it Stardust or Barbie that said I got too close?
He's still seething about the Stardust live stream.
I want to say that was Barbie.
Okay, Barbie.
He's still seething about the Barbie Stardust stream. The one where they were like, you set up a nature camera to document a sexual assault. He's still seething about it.
It's valid and perfect. That I've had a tendency of sometimes getting too emotionally close to some of the predation victims, and I did not have the tools at all.
Yet you didn't. You didn't contact the police or anything. You kind of just like said, hey, set up a camera so we can catch it in the act next time. That's me paraphrasing, not exact verbiage, because I know these people are fucking autistic with that shit. But that's what I got out of it.
I spoke to them horribly, or I said the wrong things to them, or I lost my temper on them. I didn't have the tools for it. I didn't have the resources.
What about the part about the nature camera to capture the sexual assault?
I wanted to help, but I was not suited or qualified for that at all. So that...
You aren't qualified in general.
You won't see here. I am avoiding that as much as possible. The only things I'm in somewhat relation to that is Indo's situation, which is complicated in and of itself. There's a few reasons why that hasn't been handled yet, one of which is the sheer amount of data behind it, and the second I'm not really at liberty to say. And there were some people in SEC that had wronged kids that I took to task, but it wasn't inherently predator hunting. So that I'm not doing. So if you're concerned about that, that's completely off the table.
I mean, I'm glad that's off the table. I specifically didn't mention predator hunting because I already knew you weren't doing it anymore. So yeah, it doesn't particularly... Jibs is an example of a call that was inappropriate with someone. That doesn't specifically need to be about predator hunting.
Well, I'm sorry, I misread that. I do apologize. So are you asking me what I did wrong there and how I'm not doing it again, or can you re-clarify since I've gone off into the weeds?
Again, you're cognizant of what you did wrong in that call. Like,
absolutely, without question.
And I think pretty much everyone kind of already knows as well. So I don't really need a play-by-play. It's more a question of, like, you can see that you did this thing wrong in this call, and then you kind of did it again with Rin, and then you've done it previously, and you're probably, like, 100% cards on the table. I can see this happening again and again and again, because nothing's changed here. Like, the only thing that's different is you had your own personal situation aired out to the public.
True!
Like, you didn't step away from the internet for a time and go to therapy or something.
Dude, he would have done this. If he was never caught, this would have never stopped. If he was not called out, caught, red-handed, it would keep going. It would. It would have kept going. Unchecked, unbalanced. Peaches would still be doing their shit. Lio would still be doing their shit. The Discord calls would still be happening. The fireside chats and the bully calls would still be happening. Bro! Molly cooked!
You've been here the whole time, and the problems have persisted. So don't you think you should at least step away?
No.
No.
Shouldn't you, like, step away or something? No. He just drops the no. Like a hard rock. He's like, no. I'm not going to drop that.
Reasons. Number one, like, you say the problems have persisted, but the primary thing I got concerning Rosa was about my ableism and my language. Only in the past, 3 days, Monstrous, has anybody brought up anything else concerning that call? So I'm kind of lost in the weeds on that one.
Dude, it's not just the ableism. It's the sheer and utter fact that you had that call in the first place with somebody that could barely fucking handle themselves. Like, He doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. He doesn't get why everyone who isn't in the art commentary community that gives a shit about that stuff, why we're shitting on him.
Again, sorry, go ahead, Monstrous.
Oh no, I was.
Yeah, literally. I got better guys. I don't say the R slur.
I was agreeing. But Mally, I understand what you're trying to say. I understand what you're getting at. I think what Lio was trying to say, because we are going off the beaten path, is that Lio and I have had a conversation how he wants to tie up the loose ends that he's already started, which I think is perfectly fair to want to do, because he feels that he owes it to the people, like Endo, for example, to tie up those loose ends, because otherwise Endo may not have anybody to go to. And Endo, specifically in this situation, is already being treated like a leper. And so while I understand your concern and I understand where you're coming from,
He deserves to keep getting treated like a leper.
I don't necessarily disagree with you. Lio wants to finish up his loose ends, and that is it. And then there's nothing else after this. What those loose ends are,
Tying up loose end implies that once those ends are tied up, this ends. So
Correct.
is there an end point?
Whatever those loose ends are.
When you say endpoint, do you mean to just helping people, or do you mean to how we run a gallery call?
Why is the call going so fast? Because I can't listen to this at one regular normal speed. I can't do it.
I just want to make sure I know
Well,
what
I mean,
we're discussing here.
again, loose ends implies there's an end point. So what is the end point?
Well,
What ends?
Okay. The endpoint is going to be dependent on a few factors here. But what I can tell you is, while I may not take a step away from the internet, I am going to take a break from anything heavy, because frankly, if I don't, Monsters is going to beat the living stuffing out of me, because I've had a tendency.
Once you tie up loose ends, it's over. Like Mally said, there's an end point. That should be you no longer engaging on the internet. Like, I'm talking about Discords, calls with people, calls with fans, calls with people in the Discord. That all needs to go away. I don't care if you build Gundams for the rest of your fucking life. You should not be in charge of a Discord. You should not be engaging in Discord.
For years of not taking breaks. There's a lot just going on right now. Using the internet as a place for fun or to talk about what I want.
How many fucked up people you see in Discord? No one! Because I don't hang out in Discord. You know what I do? The only Discord I genuinely call into, I'll tell you, it's my Destiny 2 raid Discord. That is it. I won't tell you who is in it, but that is it. That is the extent of my Discord usage. Or if a creator reaches out to me and asks me for something, I'll send a bit of information. But that's it.
Of what I enjoy, or maybe even like things I'll criticize that aren't about people inherently, I don't think is an issue. The problem is constantly being in these situations and constantly being the mediator and constantly being put around terrible things or vulnerable people. I think that that's got to peter to a stop for the most part. I do need a break, and I do need some time to, well, deal with things one way or another, and that's what we're working towards right now.
Okay, I guess I will throw this out into the aether as well. Why is it appropriate for you to monetize this?
Monetize what?
Your beefs, your dramas on your YouTube channel.
Okay, somebody stop that. Stop leaking.
Your most recent,
have I done?
The most recent one was Crimson Mayhem, I believe? Were they a predator?
No, Crimson Mayhem wasn't a predator at all.
What was their crime?
Crimson Mayhem lied about people I know and ghosted us on reporting a predator that they promised they would do.
And so that's a profit thing then?
No. Did you listen to the call?
I'm asking if it's appropriate for you to monetize that.
You monetize.
You can say yes. You can say yes, like 100%.
Hold on.
This is not a trap. You can say yes.
It certainly sounds like one. All of my videos by nature are set up for monetization.
And I'm asking if you think that's appropriate with the nature of some of your videos.
Who gives a shit? I'll be honest. Mally, like, who gives a fuck? If he monetizes that, who cares? Everyone monetizes suffering in some fucking degree in commentary. Like, who gives a shit? Diorio runs a show called Rape Review, for God's sake. Like, no one cares.
Again, you can say yes.
Okay, can you be specific in which videos nature we're talking about?
I mean, obviously there's the Predator ones, but any of the ones that are just like interpersonal beefs or behind-the-scenes beefs, basically anything to do with like the Cloud Palace things, like those kind of things where there's not, I guess, a very public concern. It's more just interpersonal problems that are becoming content.
Hold on. No, that is a larger problem because those people were being quiet about a confidant of a child predator being around children.
Again, my question is still, is it appropriate to monetize this?
Yes, because that's how the algorithm picks it up, so people are aware of it.
Okay. I dead ass, I just wanted your take on that. Like, you didn't, it's not a defense thing, I just need to know where your moral is on that.
All right, well, I'll tell you where the rest of my moral is on that, if that's okay.
But the thing is that Lio will pretend that he's, like, better than everybody else. He's like, I'm better than the drama channels, or, like, whatever. He'll try and, like, morally grandstand on people, say, oh, the criticism or whatever. But, like, who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit that somebody uploaded a video shitting on another person, or talking about another person, or that other shit? I'm gonna be honest, like, that's all commentary is shitting on stuff. The problem is that Lio would sit there and be like, oh, I am the dad of the situation. I'm here to help you. I'm here to save people. You ain't like us, ho. You ain't like us. They're not like us.
I don't. Anytime
like
I make
us.
money on YouTube, I give it to other people. My Patreon's at a net deficit every month as well.
Okay.
Why? Are you an idiot?
And if you want to know a little bit more of the inside game, the money I've made on videos recently, half of it went to Crystal, and the other half's going to Dorito when we figure out how to get money to you, Dorito, doggone it.
Mm-hmm. Again, I was just asking for your value on that.
Wait, why the hell are you paying Crystal?
Because I didn't know where you stood on it, and it's just something I need to be aware of going forward. And I feel
What?
like people probably should consider that as well. Okay, let me see.
What?
Unless Stream or someone has something else they want to throw a reminder for me, I'm pretty much done. I will just say, I guess to your mod team, again, because I think this Discord is bad and I think it should stop. And to your mod team, I think there's sort of 3 stages of moderators in here. There will be people who are actually just here for blood sports. Whether they admit that or not is up to them. Godspeed, enjoy your weird messy drama. Stop pretending it's not messy drama. There's some people here who think that they are fixing things from the inside, that you're helping in some way. It's like, oh, it would be worse if I wasn't here to temper it. I'd like to say to those people, I think you're wrong. I think you're lending legitimacy to a Discord that shouldn't exist, and I think trying this, oh, we're better now, we won't be mean to people anymore, gives others a false sense of security to come into calls where they are going to get hurt. So I think people...
Okay, you know what? She's cooking again. The whole thing, like, oh, monetizing all the bullshit. Who gives a fuck? But, like, this is good.
People who are trying to fix from the inside should stop and leave. And then there's some people who genuinely just either believe in you, Lio, or the Discord. I would encourage you to reconsider that notion and really think about it, sit down with yourself for a little bit. But yeah, as far as I know, that's where I end.
Okay, so I will ask a question. Even though this has been talked about and something I'm talking about, I've already made you aware of this. What will stop a circumstance of a video on me and Dorito like that ever happening again? Because...
Oh my god, these people. Bro, I'm done. I'm done. I'm logging off. I'm tired. I'm tired. I have a birthday gift to pick up. I should have picked it up an hour ago. Oh no. I'm sorry, everybody. I can't make it through these fucking calls. It's just literally everybody looping. So I'm just going to recommend you go watch Crystal's video if you want to see the rest of the call. But realistically, I'm just going to tell everybody my final thoughts. Okay? These are my final legitimate thoughts on Lio. Lio, at the end of the day, dude, you continuously getting into calls, being a part of Discord, arguing with people like Sasu, trying to be the good guy. You are not the good guy. You are the guy that makes things worse. You are the guy that is not equipped to have these conversations. You are the guy that is almost identical to Mama Max when it comes to how poorly you've handled these situations. It's done. You need to stop. If you want to build Gundams for the rest of your life, Goku statues, I don't care. Do it. Make the content. But if you stick around in that Discord, you're going to relapse. You're going to relapse, and you're going to have another call like these leaked again, and you're going to get shit on again because you can't learn. I really hope I'm wrong. I hope you learn. I hope you never do this shit again, but you're still a piece of shit, no matter what. That is it. You are nothing more than a Discord spurg, just like the people you get into calls with to argue about them being a Discord spurg. That is what you are. You just ended up getting a platform. Jesus, stop it, man. Just give up. Give up the commentary. Stop doing this shit. Okay? Fuck. Thank you all for watching. Genuinely appreciate your time today. I want to say thank you to everybody who donated. Yo-Yo Pizza Boy, Devil's Advocate, Meowster, somebody with the 12 months, Quaygrass, the White Bowser Archives, great channel, by the way. Quaygrass, Irate Covert, somebody, Meow, somebody, Cat, Yo-Yo Pizza Boy, and somebody again. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for the birthday wishes, everybody. I don't know who's live right now. Who's live right now that I can send you over to? Ooh, who's live right now? Who's live right now? You know what?
In linguistics, I said
I'm gonna send you over. I'm gonna send you over to Queeman. He's talking about a complete fucking degenerate that you should all learn about. His name is what is it? Something Tom. Something Tom. Just go watch Queeman. If you want more retarded bullshit, go watch Queeman. I don't know why I can't find this. I'm just going to send you over to Queeman. Doses. We're going to do the Oz Media video tomorrow. See you guys then.